Hello, hello, everybody. Greetings, 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 greetings to everyone. Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. As you know, this is your girl, Omoye's Corner. How na day? How's your uh, week after the holiday? I hope it's not stressful. I hope you were able to ease into the work week. For me, it was a bit of a struggle, you know, because of the cold and it's been raining. But anyway, how now day? How's everybody? Thank you to all my new subscribers. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I appreciate the support. Thank you for subscribing. I hope you remember to hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I post a content. Yay! Highly favored. Now you be the first to show. Yay! Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I have to pop champagne for highly favored. Followed by Neka. Hey, my people have landed. My village people. Una welcome. Muna take champagne. Muna take champagne. Muna share am. Share am. Share am. Sending you love, drums. At the announce una. Hey. Eh. Welcome, my people, my village people. Muna welcome. Muna enter. Muku talk better matter today. Highly favored. How now? How your side? How everything? I hope your week started off with ease. I hope say stress no plenty. After the holiday for this side, Martin Luther King holiday. I hope say you ease the week. You ease into the week. Eh? Welcome. Oh, I know it went by really fast. I'm telling you. You enjoyed your 3 days off. My sister, myself. I actually was yesterday. I almost cried. I was like, I can't believe I have to go to work tomorrow. Do I have to? Do I really, really have to? So, my dear, myself, I struggle. Oh. It was a struggle something. But what person go do now? You were tired, huh? I know. Even me, it was a struggle. It was a struggle to wake up this morning. I was like, man, you know. It was me too, Neka, me too. Highly favor, honestly. The same page with you people. But it is well. What we go do now? We move. We move. Oh, yeah, they flew by so quick. I couldn't believe 3 days just went by like that. I was like, wow, just like that? Really? Man, I wish they could just give us the whole week off. Man, this is why man, Niger must work. Oh, I'm telling you, Omo, Niger must work. The way I take the think village matter here. Oh my God. I be that person where go village. I go just go chill. Honestly, I'm telling you. But anyway, una welcome. Oh, so good to see you guys. I'm sorry I didn't put out I didn't schedule this on time. I actually forgot. I thought I was like, oh, wait, I I thought I pre-scheduled it. It's a good thing I checked. Then I checked and I was like, oh my God, I hadn't scheduled it. This was about 4 something. So to everyone who's getting it late, my apologies. Una know na girl. Mirabel! Mirabel don't land. My people, my people. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Mm. Yes, so highly favored. We move gidigba. Mm? And Ademona, welcome. Onto this matter we want to talk about today. Before I even continue, Nigerians in the house. Una see say wetin I take do my picture na Labour Party sign. Vote Mama Pikin na to desensitize people in case they go dey talk say dem no know wetin e look like. They no know, they never see am. Na make me put am for there, pam. Make una dey see am. Vote Labour Party, Papa, Mama, and Pikin. My candidate do me proud yesterday for chapter. My belle sweets me. Hey! Mic drop all the way. Hey, I say, Omo, see leader. Hey, no, Tuale for the president of Nigeria, Peter the Rock Obi. Chinwe, welcome, Chinwe. So good to have you. Welcome back. I hope the weekend wasn't too stressful. It was easy for you to just, switch gears from enjoyment, 3 days enjoyment to week of work. Mm? Welcome. Good to see everyone. I beg. My belle sweet me yesterday when Peter Obi dey talk for Chatham House. Ori mi ń wú. My head was swelling, swelling, swelling. I said, oh God, abeg o. This is it. Hmm. Oh, you need a mirror. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, remind me. Remind me. I go send am to you. She said, make I think the last time she said I should give it to you. Yeah, just remind me because I did forget. So my people, onto this topic, women, matchmaking and unsolicited opinions. That we want to talk about today. Yes, so in fact, highly favored. My belle con dey sweet me. Na so I dey smile ear to ear. Peter Obi, Peter the Rock Obi na Valentine, na my Valentine o. All the few months wey remain up until election, the Valentine, ongoing Valentine. I'm telling you, that man's got it, man. Ah, Nigeria go get better leader. Hey, God abeg o. Hey, people, una dey pray dey go. Make we when we dey front battle, make we dey fight am dey go. Hey, Chinasa Mike. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so onto today's topic. Make I no go to talk too much. Now, so I go there here now 3 hours. I beg, I don't want to do that one today. Women matchmaking and unsolicited opinions. So I came across a video on the internet, on Peter Obi's internet. Now I say, make I come play am for my people because I know one or two people will be able to. They go fit. They probably have had this experience before in the past or are currently having the experience. So let me play this video and let me know. Indicate in the comment section when you can hear it. I just want to make sure you guys are hearing it very well. So let me turn this. Wait a minute. Let me turn off my YouTube. Yes, so better leader, my sister. Okay, let me know if you guys can hear. It's coming up, loading up. This video here, it is to call out some African women. Can you hear? Okay, there's this evil some of you do, and I'm going to call it out. It is 2023. You have to stop it. Your mother or your sister or whatever, I don't care what the relationship they have with you, they call you back from Africa and tell you how you should help their son or their nephew to find a wife. How about now? And you have perfect knowledge that this said man is an invalid. He's useless, badly behaved, badly raised man. You know it. You have knowledge of this man. But you still go ahead to introduce such men to another woman like you, to another innocent woman. And then these women will now go through the stress of bringing, you package these men to these women. They will bring these men from Africa abroad. These men will get here, and then they will mess this woman's life up. This 2023, you are all going to stop it. Because if you don't stop, God will visit it on your own children. Oh, let's leave God at all. The universe will visit that your evil on your own children. You know it is your pastor's son, or our deaconess son, or our chief priest's son. You know that these boys, these men are ill-bred, ill-mannered, badly behaved. They are the scum of the earth. But you will package them for innocent single women abroad. And so these women will now bring these men abroad
You are the one always doing the whole thing. Hey, if you bring him abroad, you do this, you do this women. And then when these men arrive, after a short time, of course, they're never well behaved. So it's only a short time before their real self come out. They come abroad and then they mess this. Probably after having children for this said men. African women, those of you who engage in this stupid act, you will stop in this 2023. Else, the universe will visit it on your children. Because I have never seen a man package a badly behaved woman for another man. Men will never do it. They will never, as long as this earth remains, do such evil. But you see, you women, you are the ones who always do it. Stop it this 2023. Now, Thunder will fire all of you. This video here, it is to call out.
Okay, una don hear the gist. Mona, let me know if una don hear. I'm waiting for the response. Is a lady I came across her video on TikTok, and she was like, there's a lot of women when they go say they know somebody. Oh, I know this person, and he's looking for a wife. He's the pastor's. It was some lady, I don't know her. I met her on TikTok, but Nigerian. You can tell from the way she talks. Yeah. So they go talk, they go say, the man na like this, he be, oh, you are single, okay, I get person when I want to introduce to you, for all those people that love introduction, because most of these people do not know who they're introducing to you. They just introduce any random person to you. I know this happens a lot within the Nigerian community, especially. They'll say, oh, I know somebody, they'll introduce you, they don't know jack about the person. It's always the women who do this. Do you understand? They will do it, and then when these women now decide, because the women move forward, and I don't understand why. Personally, I don't like introductions, but there's some women who live for it. That's how they meet people, right? They would move forward on the trust of the fact that, oh, this person came from a friend, and they go all the way, and the friend is in the corner saying, no, don't worry, you'll be fine. Oh, don't worry. Meanwhile, they don't know anything about this person until kasala burst. When kasala burst, now you're going to hear the truth. So basically, this woman is saying, as you guys have heard, women need to stop doing this. You don't know this man. You introduce the man to the woman. The woman will now end up being with this man, and the man will literally obliterate the woman's life. Some of them go as far as traveling back home to Nigeria to go and meet me. I don't know why. I don't understand. You don't ask me. I'm just playing the video so you guys can, because I know this happens. People would always wanting to do introduction when they no send them. Now women, they do this thing. Our women folk, our gender. Welcome, Merrick. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So Neka, shebi you hear. Now true she talk, abi? Okay. I see am, I say, make we even talk about this matter, because it dey happen. We don't see am happen with a lot of people. They'll say, oh, they introduce them to this person. Meanwhile, they don't know nothing about this person. Some of them will even travel as far as Nigeria, only for them to now fly the man over. And it dey happen for man side, now so it dey happen for women side. But women really need to stop it. You hear what she said, and it's true. Men will never introduce. Men hardly even introduce to their friends, and if they do, best believe they have done their research on the person. They just will not carry nyama nyama and give to their friend. Never. Not a man. If they do, then that man is on something else. I don't know. So this is the problem we have as women. You unsolicited, they're not saying, you just see young girl, she's successful, she's doing well on her own, you feel like you're now become her savior. Now you won't come give her husband when she never gets before. I'm never, now you won't come save her. The person you're trying to introduce to the woman, you don't even know anything about. And some of these women turn themselves into pimps for these men. Yeah, that's true. Because some of these women know that some men, sometimes in some very rare cases, the men are already married, but maybe their wives are not around. And these women will turn themselves into pimps for the men. Maybe because they get one favor from the man or so. I don't hear them happen before. They go even help the man lie. They go say, oh no, the man, no, don't worry. This one they'll introduce the person to the person or until Kasala boss. Then the truth will now start revealing itself. In some cases, the women will introduce their friends or whoever to this man, right? After I introduce them, they will be the same people again to sabotage the relationship. They will be the same people that will go behind and start gossiping. I say, you see that girl, she's just a useless person. She's this and that. I just introduced her. Meanwhile, they'll be feeding the guy with information about you after they've done it. It's crazy, our agenda, what we do to each other. It's crazy. Exactly. They just take it upon themselves. Some of these women just take it upon themselves. They'll say, oh, let me see. They'll just introduce. Meanwhile, they don't know this person. They don't. And so they say they spoil a lot of women lives. Oh. And then especially when they say the woman a very successful person, she seems to be doing life on her own. She seems to be enjoying herself. She's at peace. You'll just find one man. You say, hey, because I know it must always be man now. Let me try and introduce her to this person. They will not come bring the person introduced to the woman and just derail the woman's life. It happens. Why do we do that to each other as women? Why women they do that kind of thing? Me not they do them, I know they do those kind of things, and I do not accept introductions. I've had terrible experiences about introductions, so I do not. In the past, I do not entertain it at all. Leave me alone. You know, if men choose to marry, yeah, they do due diligence. They look out for their friend. They will look out for the person they're trying to settle. They will do the kind of FBI work that they do. Oh my God, that they finish work. By the time the friend, if the guy talk say, guy, I don't check this girl, all right. The man not need to do anything again. That's how much trust and how much they look out for each other. But women, no. Now who we want put in bad light, now we always look for. Why do we do that to ourselves? Eh? Exactly. They will make sure that the person is responsible, everything, the person checks, everything is checked. But women, no. They will be the ones to introduce you, they'll still be the ones to ruin it. They want you to be just as miserable as they are, if they are miserable. If you don't know someone, don't introduce, because you can literally just turn someone's life upside down. Nobody sent you, nobody asked you. When you see single people, leave them alone. Unless your intentions are pure and genuine and you mean well and you're actually doing the work to make sure everything is okay, don't introduce, please. Eh? Don't do it. Many women don't come out. Some women don't come out, don't come share their story about how somebody introduced me. I didn't really know him. It was a friend of mine. It was another person. It was a neighbor. It was this. And you're going to wonder, say, wait a minute. Oh. The friends, maybe now your enemy, you're in the hiding, you didn't know. Maybe na friend me wey no wish you well. You just see person, you just introduce you knowing full well. Oh, there was a story that there was a lady that came to share on Sister B's channel one time when she said, I think was it her friend or her neighbor or was it her sister who introduced her to this guy that literally turned her life upside down. And then they were asking her, are you still talking to that your sister that introduced you? Is it your friend or whatever the person was? Because the man actually now became diabolical, got to a point, you know. And the question was asked, that person that introduced you, did they not know that this was the type of person or family that this person was? I remember that story. I just don't remember the name. You know, women, we need to stop. Oh. No unsolicited matchmaking. If they not send you, leave. Don't even. There's no what. There are so many ways you can introduce people without matchmaking. You can just introduce people. Oh, meet my friend, and that's it. If they connect, that's on their own. If you know anything about it, if you don't know anything, just say, I don't know this person. So you have to do your homework. If anything like that. But taking it on your own self and saying, no, I want to match me because I feel that these two look good together. Says who? Is it by look? You know, if you have a party in your house and two people seem to connect, then they did that on their own without you. Remove yourself from the equation. Don't be giving or don't be matchmaking people when they don't ask you to ask you for the matchmaking. Marriage is not like that. You're dealing with two human beings that have different opinions and thoughts about so many things. You can't force people to be together, and when you do that, sometimes you mess up people's life completely. Some people are still trying to dig themselves out of the well that these types of decisions put them in. We need to do better as women. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know as I want to talk. Sometimes I see certain things that women do to each other, and they wonder. They make me wonder. Like, really, you know, why do we do this to ourselves? Ha. Yeah, I don't know. I beg. When we learn, oh, you know, let's learn to at least, even if you want to do something, do it with good intentions. Mean well. And if at all you have to introduce, there are ways to do it without making it, a chore, or without making it seem as though you don't want good for the person. Because this has happened a lot. I know it. I know a few people that this has happened to personally, and I know it's still going on. There's nothing wrong with you trying to introduce, but there's a way you can go about by removing yourself completely. So you're not the face, you're not the one in front. You can say, oh, I met this person at this person's place, or I met this person with this person, but that doesn't mean you introduce them. Yeah? At times, people introducing another doesn't know anything. They never usually know. That's the whole point. They don't know the person they are introducing. They just know, oh, this person is my neighbor, he's single, I know that he probably be looking for a wife. Meanwhile, you don't know. They hardly ever know. They just show up very exactly and exactly. Sometimes they don't tell the person who they truly are. This is why you have to be very cautious in trying to introduce people to people, because people don't really show their true colors. And the whole thing with matchmaking is when you're trying to match me, it makes it easy. It makes it easy for the man or the woman. The person will just, it will be like the person will throw caution to the wind. The person no go bother to do investigation. The necessary things when you need to find out about the person, go find them out, because it will just maybe depending on how much you trust the friend or the sister or whoever is introducing them. You say, at least, my friend knows this person and that's it. A matter of fact, I had a friend who this happened to. Somebody introduced her to some guy in America. Oh, he's this, is that. And this is my friend, very successful girl. Oh, she's a big babe, right? The guy now flew in, or is he the one that flew out? I can't remember how the story went. Only for the girl to find out that the guy was getting married. Matter of fact, he did his traditional the week before she flew in. This is how this is how terrible these things can be. And she now had to go and meet her friend and say, did you know that this man was already married and already done the engagement? And the friend said, well, the engagement wasn't really, it didn't really work out. I think they broke out the engagement within a week of engagement, or traditional or whatever it is they did. You already were seeking out somebody for the man to be with. You've not even given him the opportunity to even heal. If truly maybe they broke up their engagement or whatever it is they broke up, turns out that the guy already did traditional. I think they did engagement, they already did traditional, and the girl was pregnant. That thing bothered, that thing affected my friend though. In we not had a tire. You understand? Because she's very successful in Nigeria. She's doing very well for herself. Has a house in Ikoyi, all of it, man. Getting a big babe. Eh? It's not you don't do things like that. If at all we want to do that kind of thing, yes, you go take arrange am. You feel do lunch or whatever. Do small get together, invite your friend, invite the person if you must, if that's what you want to do. Let them meet by themselves. If your friend whom you say, you know this guy, be honest. I don't know him. I don't know him. Now through this person I take know him, or now my colleague for work. But now I just invite them. Be very honest. You go save people a lot of heartache. Eh? That girl, it took her a while to get over all of that because it messed up her mind. You know, women, our sometimes una oversabi dey too much o. Una dey calm down. Life no be like that. No be everybody go marry. Una chill. If it go happen, it go happen. And the funny thing is that people always think that they are in control. Now that one be the biggest problem for everything when I see here. As human beings, we dey always feel like say we dey in control. Now we dey in charge. No be you dey in charge. I don't know how many times una need to hear am. Nobody is in charge of nothing. If you see do, if it happen, it just meant to happen for you like that. No use eye look another person say why I know dey happen for you. You don't know. You know they waka the same road. No be the same journey una dey. Eh? Oh, really, Neka? That was your experience. In your case, a man was a matchmaker and knew nothing. See, there you go. It happens. Sometimes someone they don't know. They will just introduce. Eh? They will just introduce. There's another one I knew then long time ago. This girl she matchmake another person. The person when she matchmake give the guy. Apparently the guy when she dey matchmake for, the guy dey do her favours. So maybe she dey get small change when she dey collect for the man hand or so. She come matchmake am for this guy. Meanwhile, this guy get active family. The girl no tell am. The same girl come go meet the man again, tell the man say the girl no good o, make e leave the girl. E dey badmouth the girl, but na him introduce the girl. No. It's a mess. Women, you need to take it easy. You need to slow am down. Life no be like that. Because the truth be say, all this is one that they do for those who engage in this type of callous act and evil, wicked act. Mona remember so na get children. Mokuna remember, and I no go ever. You guys will never be everywhere your children are. If you're going to do anything, consider your children. If you're going to do anything at all, consider your children before you take that step, before you make that decision, before you cross somebody out. Words travel. You don't know where it's going to. You don't know. They say you throw a stone. You don't know whether na your family house the stone they go hit. I be how they take the talk. I know there's a saying in Africa like that. You know. Yeah, everybody not go marry now. It's a fact. That one not true. Even if you want to marry, if e no dey, if the universe, if the creator no get am for you, wetin you go do? You go kpai yourself on top of the matter. This is why I say we don't have control. None of us get control. You might grow up and say, oh, this is what I want, but hey, maybe there's a different direction. Not be by force to marry. Everybody when wan marry no will necessarily get married because nobody is in freaking control. That's the problem with us as humans. We think saying that we dey in control. Now many people want something where they not get am. You know how many? I want this. I want this. I wish I had this. When you don't get that thing, at that time you consider, you say, if if God give you the opportunity to get reflection, you go consider and think again. You say, I think I understand why. You may not completely get it, but it will make some sense, right? I'm sure growing up, there's some people who had a different idea of the type of school, especially when they do federal government college exams that time. Some people prefer to go to a certain type of federal government college and all of that, right? But you ended up not going, but you wanted it because your friends were going to the school, everybody else was going, now you come, let's now you be the odd person out. But it just so happened that those schools did not just happen for you, but you ended up going to a different school. Or maybe you were in a school and maybe the person failed and had to repeat a class. All your friends were promoted, but only the person know they promoted for some reason. But you desired it, you wanted it, but you know reach your hand. No, no. Now God though, I'm telling you, because he's the only one that sees the heart. So, you know, even if na Mongo Park, know the Mongo Park on your own. Make you do your own investigation, make you find out by yourself. Dem no dey write am for head, but sign go dey. If person dey at ten tive, women, all of us get intuition now. You go know if something no good for you, you go know. If you no know first day, you go know second day. Unless you no just dey in tune with yourself and your intuition no dey on, is off, then maybe na different story be that. But you will always, the signs are always there. The God no dey leave you like that. E dey always give you sign. Na you go come choose whether you wan move forward or not. Na you go choose. Hey, Bimpe, welcome. Greetings. So, how was your 3-day holiday? So nice to have you here. I hope so you're eased to work. Or it was easy for you to roll back into work after this 3-day holiday. Eh? What if you don't have children to consider? Then I guess you can do whatever. I don't think so, Mirabel. Not everybody that wants children gets it. Have you thought about that? Some people desire children, they want it, but it just didn't happen. Does it mean that God is wicked because that didn't happen? Nobody knows why things happen the way they do. And this, you would have tried everything, but it still did not happen. What do you now do? Children or not, now God they give children, now God they give husband. Everything when you get, now the creator they give unto you. So if you know they say, okay, get what you will do, now you get yourself. That's the question. I know say they hard as human beings, it's very difficult for us to wrap our minds around it sometimes. But it's a life of total surrender. You get to a place in your life where you're completely surrendered because you realize, you come to an understanding that it really isn't about you and it's really not up to you. If you see food eat today, not because by your power, not because he love you too much. Now you in love pass. He love you just as much as he love person wey no see food eat for the past month. He no love you pass the person wey dey street wey no get home to stay. Make God no let person make God not let us see bad thing. That's just it. Now by force, okay, no wahala now. By fire, by force. Ah, what you said now is one of the reasons why I chose to be kind. I'm telling you, our children will always reap from what always. People don't, we know they understand. We go just say, oh, I beg you, wait if you do who it be, who the person be, who it be. I beg. You will make all the bad decisions, insult people, do any people anyhow, jaga jaga. You go introduce terrible people to people. When they get peace of mind, you go come disrupt their peace of mind, wreck them completely. And you think, say, everything will just be okay, Pepper will just rest for you like that. We have to be very careful. We have to be very emotions. No matter how angry you get, bite your tongue. It's better for you not to say anything and let people say, oh, she was angry, than you say something, because it's hard to take words back when you've spoken it. It's very hard. Just by being angry and saying something horrible to someone else, you may have caused a generational wreck without even knowing. Without even knowing, you know, especially women. Women, especially because women are the giver of life, they carry life. They're the ones really. As a woman, you need to be very careful what you say because we're the same people who God has given mouth. Now we get mouth pass, but it's very important that you are aware of the power you have in your tongue and learn to control it because you can literally build and destroy with your mouth. Hmm? Aha. I wanted to go to FGGCPH, but ended up going to a private school. Okay, hello. Oh, thank God say I no go there. My own for no. You see, that's why I say none of us dey in control. We're not. We dey do like say we dey in control. Sometimes we go feel like say yeah we're in charge. You're not in charge of any freaking thing. Let me just announce that again, in case people were never hear. In case people they were never hear, you are not in charge of anything. Anything will happen to you, now God allow am. Na so he just allow am because he's always there, always with you in the midst, everything. Na him dey in charge, not you. Na as your life, na how your life go be, na him dey decide am. Na him dey decide am. You go get to a point in your life where you realize, where you understand what total surrender means. You go realize, say, wow, I truly am not in charge. I thought I was the boss, man. I thought I was the boss. Then when you hit that real, when you get to that realization, it go humble you. You come say, no, you know, beauty is nothing now. Beauty is just physical. You get the attention, absolutely. People go dey fly come like bees all over you. But the one will be your own. You understand? Beauty is nothing. Anybody when just dey look for beauty alone is very fickle. That means you don't know what you want. Beauty na just added advantage, not be the end all and be all. Person feel beautiful inside the mind, inside am be like gutter. Of what use is that to anybody? Anything when it come out from inside am na gutter. Wetin you wan take that kind to? Beauty is nothing o. Beauty is fleeting. God forbid something fit happen go change that person appearance forever. You understand? So beauty is not a yardstick for determining whether somebody is worthy to be married or not married. It's not. It is the character. It is this person. Will this person give me peace of mind? Will I be myself with this person? Can I achieve my goal in life with this? Because some people will come into your life with all the beauty, all the handsomeness, all the money, and truncate the vision of the creator for your life. They will short circuit it. Yeah. It's never ever been beautiful. Beauty is fleeting, my dear. It's never about that. Never. Never ever about that. Oh. Anybody that's saying, oh, I'm beautiful, so almost on a long term. Not by beauty. It's the state of your mind, state of your heart. And again, you are not in control. No matter how beautiful you think you are, you're still not in control. You know. Your reason and purpose may not have nothing to do with your physical appearance. It might open doors for you, but is it going to keep you there? That's the question. You know. Remember you said before you do anything, consider your children. Absolutely. That's why I said so. If you no get pikin, then you feed them. No, you still they affect though. Even if you not get children, you get nieces, you get nephews. You're gonna have people in your life that's going to affect. So it's not just about your direct children or whatever. You understand? It might affect your friend, but it might affect anybody around you. So it's not just, but it's especially important as a mother to be careful of what you do because you're a carrier of life. A carrier of life is powerful because what you say matters, how you feel matters. You can literally with your mouth tear down a person. in the same mouth raise the person up, you know. So it's not easy like that too. The person is not free, it's not na lie. The person get a lot to lose. A lot, you know. Oh, Bimpe, hey, yeah, sorry, oh. Oh, you took off. Okay, tomorrow. Oh, awesome. I'm glad. Man, my dear, take care of yourself first, too. Everybody do you like that, immediately, you know. Your holiday was peaceful. Great. I'm glad to hear that. Please, oh, be strong. Exactly, we should be. It rubs off. It really does. You don't know who is going to impact. You know, we should strive to be good to others, whether we have children to read to. Exactly. You never know where it's going to. You might think, oh, I don't have children, I don't have any. Nah, lie, my dear. It will affect you one way or the other. You the way it will take come from you, no go know. That's the funny thing about life. You know, they have a saying in Nigeria, someone that has a child, somebody is still somebody that will bury them. You know that? Even if the person doesn't have a child, it's still someone that will still bury that person, you know. I know if I call you Neka, you know. Hey, Marriott in the house. Marriott in the house. Our mojo is in the house. What did you miss? Let me Mirabel will catch you up. Hey Florence, welcome. Good to see you. It's the first time I'm seeing you here, but welcome, welcome to our village meetup. Although this today is not village meeting, but welcome to our midst. We're all village brothers and sisters here from different parts of the world. Oh my God. So, I mean, life is not as we think it is. We have to be very, very careful. We really have to. You can't assume that, oh, okay, you did an act, then, oh, well, who cares? Especially with women, we need to be kinder to each other. I don't know what it is. I don't know why we go around with that kind of energy. If you know something is not good, why are you trying to introduce somebody into it? Why are you trying to introduce someone into it? It's better for you to leave that person and wish that person well than to now infuse yourself into that person's life just to mislead them. Maybe because you are not happy with your own life. So you want that other person not to be happy. So misery loves company now. So both of you will be crying together. Life no be like that. Or anything when you sow, you go reap. That's just a fact. If you sow bad, you go reap am, and you go reap am in this space and time. Best believe that, man. They wait for somewhere for you. Like you go get the repercussion for here, you know. So as a matter of fact, I think that women need to, even though you're going to introduce, you want to be a matchmaker, for instance, there are so many ways to do it, so many intelligent and wise ways to do it. You don't have to. If you don't know someone, be honest upfront. I don't know this person, but if you guys like each other, hey, do your own research. Do your own research. Don't just go by the fact that you just met them, they look nice, they feel. That's not, it doesn't work like that. Do your own research, find out about the person, get to know them. Even if somebody introduces you to someone, let's say you decide, okay, somebody has introduced me to someone and I want to go with it, that's fine. But make sure you do your research. Don't just bank on the fact that, oh, because Mirabel introduced me to this person, this dashing young man, six pack, tall, dark, and handsome, whatever it is that you're looking for, you just throw caution to the wind. Don't do that. Do your own research, find out about the person, ask questions. Because even if the person introduces you, maybe you're open to it, you know, if you do your research, you will save yourself the trouble. You'll save yourself the trouble. Too many women have fallen into levels of, you know, depression because of mismatch, because they threw caution to the wind, because, oh, my best friend that knows me very well, introduce me to this one person, and since then my life, and then you now ruin. If nothing else, consider the friendship. If that friendship means a lot to you, then you have to be careful what you receive from that person and how you maintain your relationship or what you take from them, because that act may literally ruin your friendship for life, you know even if they mean well, if it turn out bad, because it's not, mm, you know and all this whole idea of women wanting to um give opinion. Oh, you are single, it's not good to not have somebody by your side. Marriage is good, just marry, doesn't matter, man na man, as long as you're married, it's not, just do it. There's no perfect man out there. Unsolicited, ask you. Wetin make you think say no good men out there? Your own no good no mean say another person own no go good. All that advice dey pepper me for ear. Eh? Oh, thank you very much, Florence. Oh, you're a silent subscriber. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that too. Blessings to you and happy new year. Wishing you the very best. Thank you so much. You know. Hey, Femi, fellow soldier in the obedient army. How far? Eh? Our area. Great to have you, Femi. Welcome. I appreciate you. Exactly. That's what happens, Miriam. They just say, oh, he's single, you're single. Let's join them together. It doesn't work like that, too. It does not. Even if that's what you think, really, if you're a genuine friend, if that's what you think, so you should tell your friend the truth. And you should invite both of them maybe out to drinks or whatever it is that you feel you're comfortable with, or to a movie, and let their body language speak within themselves, not you inserting yourself and say, oh, I have this guy, he's single, you are single, let's just match you two together. No, that's disaster waiting to happen. Because if anything goes wrong, you're going to take the blame. You're going to take the blame. There's no way you're not going to. There'll be some element of resentment. So think about that too. All ye matchmakers and opinion poll people. Think about that. If it not work out, they go still blame you. They go say now you introduce them to the person when you now know say e no go work out. So either way you lose. Eh? Yeah, sure. Okay, let me send my link. I just saw your comment now, Marriott. The person meant well, but let's just say exactly, right? Let's just say, yeah, the person might mean well, but sometimes what I find is when somebody introduces you, right, you need to do your own research. But a lot of times women don't do that because the person are your friend. Maybe, oh, now Marriott now my BFF, you know. Marriott are definitely, he know me, Marriott know me well well now. So of course, we just carry person give me. But no, they're not no human being finish. So you must do your own research. Marian, my darling, welcome. Good to see you. Good to see you. Marian, you're on mute, oh. I can't hear you.
Oh Lord, I've done this so many times and I still forgot. Sorry.
That's okay.
Hi. Happy, what's today? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so I joined and I went back and I did the quick listening to the first half of
Okay.
the
Okay,
live.
great.
Okay.
Thank you.
So so my first ever like dating experience was actually through one of my friends. She had a cousin and she said, "Oh, you're such a nice person, blah blah blah. You should meet my cousin." And yeah, he was my first everything, but that was a disaster. But I was really young. I was like 19 years old, so I didn't know what I was doing. But that experience taught me, um, don't know. Nobody should introduce anybody to you. Nobody should introduce
Yes.
anybody to you. Now, fast forward when I was 26 years old, one of my mom's friends. So my mom, for some reason, my mom has lots of younger, not even young, not some of them are younger, but she has lots of people in her life who are women who just never got married and never had kids.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my mom's younger friends, she's come to the house all the time. So when I was 26, I think I was just about to go to law school, or I was in law school. I can't remember. So I said, Timmy, I don't want you to end up like me. Oh, I want you to meet somebody that when you are like very, very young and get married very, very young. I'm just like, okay. And she said, I have a neighbor, my neighbor's son. So her neighbor has a son who's like 30 something years old.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, you should go out with him. So I think, yeah, I was in law school because I was studying. I was doing that externship where you're like at a law firm and then the
Oh
courts.
yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah. So I was studying. So no, okay. When she first told me to meet him was before my externship. So I met up with him at a restaurant. I chose a restaurant. So that time we used to live on the mainland and he lived in Aja. So he drove all the way from there to where I lived. I went to a restaurant close to me. So I get to the restaurant and I'm waiting for him for 45 minutes. He doesn't,
Whoa.
yeah. And
Wait, maybe
again,
they're saying you should increase your volume, your speaker. Can everyone hear? I can hear her okay. Can everyone hear Marriott very clearly? Indicate with a yes or no, please.
I don't know because I'm on my phone and I don't know.
I can hear you clearly. You're fine, but I just want to make sure. Let me see. Please indicate if you can hear her clearly. And Oluwa
Mirabelle, she's
Samuel,
talking to you.
I shared my link. If you want to join, it's right there. It's highlighted in yellow, I believe. So you can join. Okay, they said they can hear you, so you can
Yeah.
continue.
I
Okay.
think
All
it's
right.
that particular person. Maybe there's something up with you too.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I don't even see another person. It's just you and I. Go ahead.
Okay. So he's 45 minutes late for this blind date. I've never seen him before. There was no picture, nothing. She just told him, she's a nice girl, blah blah blah. So he finally arrives. And maybe then I didn't realize how bad Aja traffic was. For me, it was just like, why are you late? And it's a huge pet peeve of mine. If you're
Yeah, I
late,
don't like that too. Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm. I don't.
To
It's a pet
to
peeve.
to me, it shows a lack of respect for me, and it shows a lack
Yeah.
of respect for yourself. And I don't have
Mm-hmm.
time for that. So he shows up. He's like, "Oh, he's so sorry, blah 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 blah. He didn't mean to be late, blah blah blah. There was so much traffic." I'm like, no problem. So we end up talking, just chit chat. For me, I'm not interested. I look at him; it's just not my cup of tea. So when the date is over, so I came there early, so I like had an appetizer, and I got like I don't drink unless somebody really wants me to taste something. So if I'm on my own, I would never order alcohol. So I ordered one of these like pop things. So when he came, he ordered a scotch or something like that, one of those brown liquor things.
Mm-hmm.
So when the bill came, I I kid you not. So when the bill came, I motioned to my wallet right away because for me, I came here first. I know it's a blind date. I don't mind, paying for myself because I came here. I was going to have this whether you came or not, right?
Right.
So I
Hold on,
motioned
Marriott. They're saying Binky says we can hear her, but it seems YouTube app is still on her phone,
on my
so there's a
phone.
feedback. She'll need to. Maybe I should go on mute, and I'm gonna go on mute, guys. Let me know if you can still hear. Okay, come back in, Marriott. I don't know what's going on. Fix it and then come back. We need to hear that gist. Thank you, Bimpe. Yeah. So Oluwa TV, Samuel TV, I shared the link. If you want to join, please feel free to use the link above. Yeah. So I just think as women we need to be more careful with, if you're trying to introduce someone, just think about it. How would you feel if somebody did that to you? Okay, you're on mute.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
I hope
Okay.
it works now because I don't know. I come out and I closed my other YouTube in case that was just
Okay.
crossed.
Can you all hear her now? Let me go on mute. Let me know with a yes or no, please.
Mirabelle, that's your job. Am I echoing or not?
Where is Mirabel when her sister needs her?
She said she can
Mirabel.
hear. She can hear.
Okay. Oh, okay. Says okay. Okay.
And
Yes,
I
we
mean
can. Okay.
she's useful to me. Anyway,
Okay.
so or I bring out my card to pay, and then
Mhm.
this, hey, I was about to use a word. So this man, now so because the lady put the bill in front of me, so I'm bringing out my wallet or my card, and then puts his finger on the the pad that they put in like a little wallet thing. So he takes
Uh-huh.
that, turns it towards him, looks at the amount, and the lady put both of our bills together. So his liquor and my, I don't know, samosa, whatever it was that I got. And then he
Mhm.
turns it back towards me.
Wow.
So I
Are
pay.
you serious?
I pay. So he says, so this is that I've already paid for our date, basically. By the
Uh-huh.
way, I'm 26. He's 34 at this point. He has a job in an insurance company. I'm not working, right? Because I'm in school or I was about to go to law school or something. So on our way out, so we're talking on the way out, the gatesman of the place, you know how they start to hype you now because he wants a tip.
Mhm.
So I'm looking at him like, you're not going to give this guy a tip. I just paid for this. You're not going to give him 100 naira just like you can't even spare 100 naira. Then he says, oh, can I drop you off at home? I said, no, don't worry. I'm going to walk. Or I'll take a care. I was like, no, because it wasn't far from my house. He was like, no, 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 I like drop. I was like, no, 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 go to your house is far. You live in Ajay. I live right here. Don't worry. So that's how we separate. So when I get home, I call my mom's friend. I said, look, auntie, what was that? He will let her boy. She said, no, I really like he's such a gentle guy. And I thought, he looks like your dad. Because my dad is dark skinned, he's a little
Okay.
chubby. You guys around my dad's hair, like he's a little taller than my dad. But
Melanin.
basically, she was like, because he looks like your dad. And I thought that, you pulled. I'm like, why would I want my dad? I
Yeah.
told her. And I told her what happened. I basically told her the whole story of how this thing played out. She said, that I didn't think he would do that too, but he seems so gentle. I'm like, do you really know this guy? She's like, no, not really.
Oh my God. Are
All
you
she knows is
serious?
that her neighbor, like they have a nice house and he lives with them. But that's all she knew about him. So I was just like, I don't know. And at this point, maybe because I was younger then, for me, it was just like, wow, I paid for this man's date. Whoa. And I think what tripped me wasn't for that I paid. What tripped me was that he knew he had ordered alcohol, turned to look at the bill and turned it back to me. Maybe he was nervous. I don't know. I'm just like, that's so wrong. Anyway, so I go to law school. So I do my law school in Abuja rather than Lagos. And there was a point where one of these holidays, where I think it was Valentine's, then he called me like a week before. Oh, how am I? Blah, blah. I'm just like, I'm good. Because I hadn't heard from him in months at this point, maybe 3-4 months. I'm
Mhm.
good. I'm fine. He goes, well, he would like to come and see me in Abuja. I'm like, for what? He's like, no, that he just likes to come and surprise, like a surprise, but he wants to come and see me. I'm just like, no, please don't come. Because I'm like, no, we're not doing this. Anyway, months later, when I was now back in Lagos doing my externship, he had called me again. Oh, how are you? I'm like, oh, I'm actually in Lagos, blah, blah, blah. I'm studying for my exams, yada, yada. He was like, oh, and now we now lived in his neighborhood. So he said he was going to come and visit. I'm like, no, you probably shouldn't. I'm really studying. He was like, no, I'll just come for a little while. I'll just take you out so that you can leave the house. And he shows up in front of my place. And then he's like, let's just have, what would you like to eat? And I said, Iseu. He's like, no, let's just go around the corner. And this one I actually got to really talk to him. And this guy and I have nothing in common, because I was talking about the fact that, I suffer from ulcer because my body doesn't tell me that I'm hungry on time. And he was like, no, if you're eating amala, the manja amala, this will not be happening to you. I'm just like, what? Like, he was just so foreign to me. It was clear that this woman didn't consider me, my personality, how I am, before she thought I would be a good match for this guy. For him, it was just like, there's nothing wrong with him or anything. He was just so. There's a point, like at this restaurant where we were. I think I had like a juice box, and I didn't finish the juice box. And then when we were leaving the restaurant, he carried the half drunk juice box. And I'm like, why are you taking the juice that I didn't finish? You're like, no, how do you want us to waste money? I'm just like,
Wow.
okay. So by the time this whole thing was done and I went home, I actually did call her again. I'm like, okay, so I did, talk to this guy. I can't remember if whether or not I had spoken to her before I agreed to hang out with him. But I did tell her everything that happened. She's like, wow, this guy really, really surprised me. And then when it was there, I found out that he was 34. He was living at home. He drove his dad's SUV to come pick me up. So he was beginning to look like, one of these people whose fathers are rich, but they have no ambition.
Yeah.
That's
Especially in that
exactly
Nigeria.
that's
Yeah.
exactly what this man was. Like, he had a job and everything, but it was just not I'm not saying that she should have known that we're not a good fit, but
Mm-hmm.
she's known me since I was like maybe like 9, 10. We're not
Mm-hmm.
like, she didn't consider, she just thought, you're marriage age ripe. He's 34 and has a job, and he looks like your dad.
That pressure that, yeah, I get it.
And
There's
then she
no
said
way.
we should we
Mm-hmm.
should we should be together. But it was I think that for me, that was just another example of, if somebody says they have somebody for you, I I can entertain it just to be polite, but
Yeah,
I will still come to that meeting with the same mind as though I just met somebody on the street.
that's it. You've just nailed it there. I just like what you said there. Entertain it like someone you just met off the street. Don't assume that, oh, this person's my aunt, she knows everything about me. Surely she's gonna introduce me to. Surely this person she's introduced me to me is a fantastic person because she really
Nah.
wants me to be happy. No, it doesn't work like that. No,
And I think, I don't,
no,
at least personally, I don't think, maybe some people do have bad intentions where they see like a crappy person, but I think for some people too, the standard that they hold their own partner to is how they also determine who they should
true.
match up with you. So things that you are no, but because they accept it in their lives, they're thinking, Kini, big deal. What's the issue?
Exactly.
So I can just introduce
Exactly.
this person
Man
to
na
you.
man. There's that
Yeah.
mindset of man na man, right? So there's not there are people who don't believe. I beg, every man is the same. It doesn't matter. I had a classmate who said I can work with any man. I don't have a type. Any
Mm.
man, if I had married someone else, not my husband, I would have been okay. I'm like, okay, there are people like that. So if someone like that is introducing you to someone, in her mind and in her family, is mostly matchmaking. All her sisters were, it was all matchmaking, even though I think two did not succeed, like they
Mm.
packed up. But she has an older sister. It was matchmaking. Everyone in the family. Herself, it was somebody. I mean, she has was different. She met someone in school. However, she has that's her. That's the way she sees it. Like, I can work with any man. It doesn't matter who it is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so if that person is introducing you to someone, that's where she's coming from. She's assuming
Yes.
that you can work with any man, no matter how bad. So that's why you have to do your own checks and balances, and
Absolutely.
Femi put a comment up here that I wanted to go back to. And he said back in the day, parents found wives for their sons and they were successful. Indian parents still do it today and it works for them. Well, Femi, remember too, even though they found wife, you know what your parents used to do? Parents then used to go and do investigation. Before we knew what FBI was, parents were doing it. They had people that they would send to the girl's village to go and find out, is there sickness in the things that matter? Is there to them? Oh, is there what kind of sickness? Do they have scoring in their family? Do they fall sick? There's so many things that they look into. They even go and meet the medicine man to check. They will say, go and check if this man will be good for my daughter, or if this if this woman will be good for my son. They used to do it back in the day. It was thorough search. Even the Indians that you're talking about, they are multiple. Most of them are getting divorced.
Yeah, I was
Very
about to say,
quickly
like, who
too.
told you that he's working for all of them?
I have a friend that's
Hey,
Indian.
I
She's
beg you.
divorced as we speak. She don't
Yeah.
divorce her husband because in a match make the match make her too. Do you understand? And there were so many things that she shared with me that I'm like, wow. Do you understand? So person no dey know finish. All these ones when we dey talk at the end of the day, right? What will be at the end of the day. But at least approach life with caution. If somebody offer you bread, the person intention feel not good for offering you that bread. So when you eat the bread, you dey get running tummy, you no go know why. But now because of the person intention, you understand? Because so intention goes a long way with this. But again, personally, I don't like introductions. I don't, because I've had bad experiences with introductions. So I do not entertain it.
I've
It
tried to
works for
do it.
some people. Go ahead, sorry.
I was gonna say that I've tried to do it, but when I didn't eventually do it for anybody. But so for me, I have put my back when I used to have male friends, because I only have one male friend right now. But back in the day when I used to have male friends, I used to put my male friends and my female friends together. Like if we are going for a social thing, I will invite the two groups. So they hang. I'm not introducing anybody to anybody, but that when you
Hmm.
hang out, you can, do whatever. But more recently, I've tried to see if I could match make men that I knew
Mm-hmm.
and women that I knew. But I was asking, like, recently when I did, he's a very lovely guy. He goes to church. He's very upstanding, very hardworking, and he's single. He's in Canada. I'm like, okay, so what kind of person do you like? Blah blah blah. I had a friend in mind who was in Nigeria. Then he was
Right.
trying to explain kind of person that he liked. My friend is kind of similar to the kind of person he'd like, but he said, I don't want somebody in Nigeria, even though she's like planning to relocate here soon. I said, okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's a no-go, right? I think when people are doing that, because of our culture, it's just okay, you're available, they're available, okay, you push you go at
Exactly.
it, as opposed to like asking real questions. Because you could ask the way your friend is with you, they could be, you guys could be, laughing about very bro things, but they might be looking for a very like ultra feminine chick,
Yeah.
who is very like cutesy. They might that's kind of stuff they might like. So just because they're a certain way with you doesn't mean that's what they like. um so I think if people want to do it, they need to ask questions. Like another couple friend, somebody came from Nigeria, moved here, and I think he and the man and the couple used to work together. And they said, "Oh, are you still single?" I said, "Well, yes." They're like, "Okay, there's this guy. He just moved to your province. Blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he's a really good guy." I said, what stage is he in life? Because for me, I want to know what stage the man is in. Like if the man is in his phase of I would like to settle down, then I want to date. I can consider him.
Yeah.
If he's not in that phase, I don't want to bother. Like let's not,
Mm-hmm.
So like, oh yeah, no, 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 we're all over 30 now, blah blah blah. We're all very serious. I said, okay, that's fine. But I'm like, oh, what's his personality like? "Oh, he's a really good guy. He and my wife used to play chess." Okay, but like, what else? And I was like, you know what? I'll message your wife to get the deets. She will know what I'm talking about. Then I was like, you know what? Before I even do that, send me his picture. And then he sent me the picture. I'm like, this is never going to be a thing. Let's not. He was like, are you rejecting him because of his looks? I said, I am. Let's.
At least you're honest. No, I
I
like that. I
Yeah,
like
like
that.
I will tell you that I'm not into looks, but your looks should not put me off. Even though I
Right.
don't care. I don't want you to, I don't need you to be handsome. I don't care about that.
Got
I've
it.
not really dated any handsome, like in the face person. But don't put me
Mm-hmm.
off, because for me, if I'm looking at you, I'm looking at you at my future child. Is my child gonna look like this?
Exactly. You want to be able to see the future, right? I know. I got you, girl.
Can my genes overcome this? No? Yes? So I said no. But for him, it was just like, okay, let me just, he was going to do the way people who don't really understand how to matchmake were going to do it. Just, okay, you're single, he's single. You guys should totally meet. No. The way to do it is to, if you have somebody in mind for either person, you need to ask them questions, true questions. I have another
Mm-hmm.
friend who is, she's in her mid 40s. She's gorgeous. Like no, she's gorgeous, 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 from East Africa. Now, if I was just going to do it haphazardly, I would go and identify a kind of guy that I like and try and match make that guy with her. It's not going to work, because the kind of guy that I like is not gymming and having muscles at 50 years old. That's kind of stuff that she likes.
Mm-hmm.
She likes somebody that's just like her, very attractive, very outgoing, very macho, things that I don't look for. So if I just think, oh my God, I have two single friends, okay, they should just meet you. But then they're not people that like to spend money, they're not people that are very flashy. She likes things like that. So I think what's vital is that you need to, if you want to do it from a good place, you need to really ask people what they want, so that if they don't fit the person in your mind, you don't even bother. And then if you do still feel like you want to introduce them, then set up a social situation and have people be there. So you're not involved, but you've put them in their own place to decide if they are. 'Cause sometimes, you might think you like something and then something surprises you. So you
Right.
can do that where they can, by themselves, use their own two legs and connect away from you.
I rather that, to be honest. I really rather that. ABN says sometimes it's not the fault of the matchmaker. The person they're trying to introduce to the other may be a great friend, sibling, but not a great partner, and they may not know. That's true, Abby.
Yeah.
But that's why you have to also still do your own before you jump into a relationship with the person. Do your own finding. You understand? Some people don't do at all. They don't bother when they match, they'll just say, ah, now my friend, now my sister. There was a lady that came to tell her story on Sister B's show, where I think it was her sister that introduced her, or is it her cousin? I can't remember. It was one of those shows. These things are, do your own research, ask questions. You can't just rely on the other person introducing. And again, it also depends if the person tell you the truth, because some sisters don't tell you even if they know everything about the person, they will only tell you a little bit, because they don't want to, in trying to not to scare you off of marriage, they will withhold some information because they want you to move forward. They wish you well, but they're going about it the wrong way, so they will withhold some information that's pertinent to you, because there's that mindset of, man and man, at least let her just get married.
Yep.
There's that mindset going on at the back of the scene there. So even if they're your sister, or they're your brother, or they're your cousin, they're withholding information about that they know about this person. They may not know how dangerous or how terrible it can be. They just know that, if I tell her this, she might not want to talk to this guy. If I say this to her, my own parents did it to me. So this one no be say, oh, my parents did it. When they were trying to match me with some guy, my dad said, oh my, you ask a lot of questions. I know that you ask too many. Do not ask him any questions. Okay? He wants to get married. That's all you need to know. I say, yes, sir. I not follow and argue. Do you understand what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
me, my inquisitive mind kicked in. You understand? And I asked, when the guy called, I said, hey, hi, yeah. We started talking, okay, where do you live? Uh-oh. I didn't know you didn't live in Nigeria. Uh-oh. No, 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 no. Asked me how old I was. I told him. You say, no, that's too old for me. Oh, they didn't tell me how old you were. So you see, withholding, and these are people who mean well. Oh, these are people who mean well. You understand?
Yeah.
So most times, yes, people understand the mind frame. I say the mind frame. Oh my head. Anyway, understand the frame of mind and the mindset behind people doing what they do. Where we come from, marriage is the ultimate. Number one. So if the person that is introducing you, that's the mindset, that's where it's coming from, then you have to be careful. Because even though they're introducing you and they say, oh, we just want you to get together, get to know each other, not necessarily for you guys to get married,
Yeah.
but you just so that no, but you still need to check, because there'll be things that they are not checking for because it's not them. But
They're not the one marrying the
understand,
person.
I'm sorry, say that again.
No, I was agreeing. They're not the one marrying the person. They're not you. Like people can be your parents, your best
Exactly.
friend, but you are the one that truly knows what you do. When you're alone on your
Ha,
bed, in your shower, you are the one that truly, truly knows what you like. Nobody like you can
exactly.
front to everybody, but only
Mm-hmm.
you are the one that knows what you check on your laptop. You're the one that knows what kind of people you be scrolling and checking out on Instagram. You're the only person that knows
Exactly.
that. So you can't lie to yourself.
Exactly. So your people are not going to know everything, right? They might just be looking at you in what, like, oh, my sister, I really want her to be with someone, I want her to be partnered up, blah, blah, blah. That's where they're coming from, which is okay. They care about you, they want the best for you. But knowing that, also their emotions are also entangled. So they might withhold some information. So if you're not doing your own research, you might end up falling for something that you never ever thought you would. Because in your mind, you're like, it's my mother now, it's my father now, it's my sister now. She can't just. My own sister has introduced me to some guy that was, man, my goodness. I had to call her and say, are you my sister or you were adopted? Because I don't
Where did you
understand.
find this one?
Oh my, I asked her, I said, where did you find this one? You understand? She was like, no, but the guy is, he's very
Yeah.
this, he's very that. I say, my sister, I beg you. I know say you love me, oh. Me self, I love you. Biko, don't, not this kind of person. Igbo, where we take the jam. No, 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 no. If I meet this person for street, I know talk to her. Do you understand? So those are people that me and my sisters love me. I love them scatter too. But they want you to be happy. They feel in their minds, they feel like, oh, I just want her to be married, have her own family, and be happy. They mean well. So like they're wishing you bad, but they don't know you know you. They don't know what you want in a relationship or what makes
Yeah.
you happy. They might be able to take some things that you will not take in a relationship.
Did I mention that this guy was a smoker too? The guy that my
Oh,
mom's
he
friend.
smoked and it was a pet peeve for you.
I have asthma. Oh my god! Like
Oh,
what? Like
oh no.
I just look at him like I like.
Mm.
I another thing also is that so I had somebody say to me, I know you're trying to choose the right person, but they're all the same.
Uh-huh.
So it's
There
coming
you
from
go.
that place where they just on paper they feel like this actually now that I think about it, many things happened when I was 26. So because I started going to one of my mom's churches and I always end up going to my mom's churches, but I went to this church and I showed up and almost every church I go to, I'm introduced as my mom's daughter. So people are always like, oh my God, your daughter is
Mm-hmm.
this grown and she's quite popular. She's very friendly. So it always makes me semi popular in the church that what church that she's in. And I remember this
Mm-hmm.
church, I started going there, and as soon as people knew that I was her child, I started meeting all these people. Oh, join this group, join that group, join that group. And then I joined one drama group. And I kid you not, like
Mm-hmm.
within weeks, one guy who was a barber was trying to convince me that I should totally be with him. Another one introduced me to his sister. Then he wanted me to come to Redeem Camp, and I said I wasn't gonna go. And then he got annoyed that I wasn't behaving like wife material, blah blah blah. And I'm like, why did you? And then another woman in the church from my mom's groups when they do not do their prayers for like if you're looking for a husband, single, blah blah blah.
Oh, prayer
And
for spouse.
yeah, and I didn't stand up, and she came to my seat and made me get up. I mean, because I was 26 or 25, one of those ages. So I think also, when you're in church,
Yeah.
because they have such, or religious places, apart from
Uh-huh.
family, they have a
Mm-hmm.
very big influence on you. For me, I wasn't influenced because it wasn't my church home. I didn't have a church home anymore.
Right.
This was my mom's church, so they didn't have any kind of, I think if I had been at my
Hold
old
on
church,
you.
they probably would have had some influence on me, because even at my old church, they were doing lots of like, get married, you link with this pastor.
Mm.
One pastor actually even liked me, and they weren't pressuring you, but they were like, hinting you're all fishy.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to match you to who they think, and they found somebody that they thought would be adjubota enough for me in the church. But at this current church, when if you're in a place where people have spiritual pull over you, they can suggest things to you.
Yeah.
And I find that a lot of women start getting married to people in their churches, not because they really want that person, but because the pastor has said, this is a single sister, this is a single brother, you should
Yeah.
talk to her. And then they go and meet her and they go, God has shown you your husband. And because the woman has been coming to pray for her husband, right?
Absolutely.
It works. They convince her, you should consider him. And this guy would be there, would be one person with no job, with slippers
Exactly.
with Dunlop with holes inside, and then you'll be there with your fans, and they'll be preaching against you on the altar. Just
Mm-hmm.
because people think that you have bought a car, you don't want to consider somebody that me and my wife, we stay in a clinical bedroom, and now we are in a. I know those things happen, but they start to preach against you, right? Because pastors use what is happening in real life tied into the word to preach. So if that's something that is happening currently in the church, they will use it to preach one day, and it will start to
Mm-hmm.
affect your mind, and you start to consider things. So even in churches, they do that, where they try to convince you to match with people that you would otherwise not be with. And those marriages last, that people stay in them, right? Because they eventually go what they want, they got married. So there's that too. I feel for it happens to men too in Nigeria. Don't get me wrong. Once you hit 40 in Nigeria, then they start to talk to you as well. But obviously for the women, it's more. So matchmaking is not bad. But I think when you apply matchmaking with that kind of pressure from the society, from the church, it makes people not do their own research like we're trying to advocate that they should do, because even they don't realize that they're in desperation mode sometimes. They think that that person that the pastor has recommended
Recommended.
is a Yongidi, because
It's
he
from a pastor.
is from the pastor, is from
He
the church,
knows better.
and they tell you, you will you go outside and marry? You're going to marry from the church. This is where the word
Mm-hmm.
of God lives. Blah blah blah. So they for me, it didn't register when they were telling me this one is a barber, this one has a business. So it didn't register for me, because I 26, I didn't want to be married.
Yeah.
I rated, at 26, I think, okay, I'll probably get married when I'm like 30 years old or something. So there was no pressure for me to consider any of these things. But I think for some of the women in the church, they were in that phase where any guy that talked to them from the church group, they were accepting.
Right.
There was actually one that I liked.
Okay.
Yeah, but I didn't see it for him, because just like, we're not, I think you're a great guy, but I don't, I think sometimes you can know where you are now, but you have a feeling of where you're going to be, and that is not going to work with the person that's in front
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah. That happens. That
Yeah,
definitely happens.
yeah,
Where you have that momentary, like, okay, this person, but I don't see the person where I'm going. I just cannot see beyond. I get it. I've been there too.
yeah.
The thing with I have a story, right? So there was a church I used to attend long time ago. So in that church, so the first time I went to the church, the pastor noticed that, oh, there's no ring on this girl's finger. Oh, yeah. Now said, because normally at the door we go and wait and greet people. He now looked at me and now said, can you see me in my office? In my mind, I said, I don't know this man. Oh. Anyway, So my friend now said, "Ah, let's go now, let's go and see." So, okay. We went. It was even my friend that took me to that church. She was like, let's just go and check this church out. I said, okay. We now went. And I entered. The man now looked at me and said, ah, he sees things. He was seeing things, prophecy, whatever. For my mind, I did laugh. I don't talk anything, I just dey laugh. Anyway, fast forward, I will go to the church sometimes and all of that. Then one of these days, he now called me. He said that there was somebody, um, um, that there's somebody that he asked me if I was seeing anybody or whatever, and I said no. And he said, ah, and I said, so there's no. I said, I have friends. I have male friends. He said, how can you have male friends? You shouldn't have male friends. Or someone is trying to settle down. Why are you having male friends? I said, hey, Baby. You know how long I've known these people? Hey, these people are like family away from family. Do you understand? So I said,
Yeah.
so I know their wives, I know their families. Sometimes I even go there self and chop pepper soup and leave. Sometimes, So anyway, and I said, oh, there's somebody who wants to introduce me to, but the person is in Nigeria, the person is divorced, and the person is a pastor,
Ah,
the person is fantastic. The person is this, that, that. Describe the person. Now said the reason why he divorced because the wife cheated on him. They have a
hmm.
child together. My sister, as the man they talk the story, for my mind I did crack up. I said I'm going to shocktalize this. This man doesn't know me yet. When he now finished, he now said so. Um, I know I've been telling you that God is about to do the amazing, the wonderful, the whatever. I say, yes, 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 you have been telling me. Thank you, Pastor. And when he now said it, he now said, so what do you think? I said, I'm not interested. The man almost passed. I said, I'm not interested. He's like, why? He's decent man. I've known him all my life. We went to school together, even though he was my senior. In my mind, I say, you want to use me to bring another pastor to your church so that you'll be pastoring together.
The
I
moment you
say,
say
not you.
pastor, that's a red flag. I'm sorry. I
I'm
know that I'm sure the pastors here, but anybody who's a professional or whatever is pastor,
a
you are a red
pastor.
flag.
The guy was just trying to use me to bring pastor for paperwork. Is it easy today? I just say,
Oh
but
God.
I'm not interested. Thank you. He said, really? He said, oh, are you really sincere? I said, Pastor, is it important? I said, I'm not interested. Then the first person to marry. The man, he now kept quiet, he didn't say anything. Then he now tried to introduce me to one guy that's protocol leader or
Another
whatever.
person?
Another person, no.
Oh dear.
Oh, protocol person. All this time he's doing it in my mind, I'm just laughing. I'm like, these people don't know me. They don't know I'm Yahweh inside. But I just, keep quiet. This guy now invited me out. We went out. As we were going out, I said we should meet at one restaurant. Go to the restaurant. He was like, no, this place is too many. I don't. It's too noisy. It's too. I don't. It was an Italian restaurant. So I'm like, okay. Then after we had gotten to the restaurant he preferred, he now started talking. I said, so what do you do apart from church activity and all of that? He said, oh, he doesn't right now. It's just the church. It's about the church for him. So in other words, he's not working. And then he said, oh, he was married before. What happened to the marriage? Oh, it didn't work out. Oh, he recently got divorced. Thing just got final. I started hearing. I say, wow. Ooh.
Mm.
When he finished talking, after that dinner or whatever it is that we had, voicemail. I put everybody on voicemail. I said, not be known. I will come early. Me. I came to this life to enjoy myself. It's not by kinship, don't do. It's not by force. I did not come to suffer. Me, I hustle, I make money, I dey work, I take over. I will not come and carry another person's load on top of my head. Onto what? I said, "Mbanu." So when the person now noticed that I was not like receptive or even he now would try to make you call me random times and all. I just totally started avoiding. I just stopped going to the church. I stopped taking his calls. I stopped taking everybody's calls. I was like, this is bull BS. You see a single girl coming to church, okay, fine. But do you have to always label her because she doesn't have a ring on her finger? Automatically something is wrong with her. Automatically you have to do special prayers and all of that. It's maddening. you know, and that really offended me. And I walked away and I never looked back. So this is what they do, because apparently there was somebody in that same church that they introduced to somebody. They will now come, the person now give testimony. 2 days later, the man that they said they are engaged disappears. They'll say, oh,
Mm-mm.
something happened, marriage. I'm telling you, it was almost like, I don't know if it was a setup to lure single people in. So somebody will come, testimony, this person prayed for me. Next day, husband came. I started
Hmm.
finding the whole thing suspicious. So I was like, this is crazy. I mean, they're trying to label single people. Are you kidding me? And then every married person there, they always used to give me side eye because I
As if you're
used
coming
to
for their partner.
for their husbands, and I used to dress up because when I went to church on my the thing go they pain them. They go dey look me with side eye. If their husbands greet me, problem. If they see me, maybe their husband they talk to me, problem. Even the pastor wife, I say this is too much. On top, I know say God creates me well. I beg. Let these people not come and disturb my lifestyle. Let me just give them space. So I stopped immediately. It's crazy, you know? It's crazy when you're single. People want to label you and make you feel like there's something wrong with you because you don't have someone. It's just crazy to me. Thank God I have a mind of my own. Because I tell you for free, I would have fallen. I'd have, if I was desperate enough, I could have. I probably would have been one of those people that come and share my story on a Sister B show. God forbid. You people
Um,
will now say, "Oh, remember that girl now? I think her name was Omo. Yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah, yeah."
dear. Oh my
God
god, you see what's
forbid.
happening between Mirabelle Trenches Emmanuel and Binkle's discussion.
Okay, I'm going to get there. I'm just reading her comment now. My parents have matched, made a few pre-couple more than 7 solid years. So many, they've all been married for 10 years and come, but these are both individuals with no. Okay, well, fantastic. Great for them. Let me go. What is Mirab? What has Mirabel started again?
You see. No,
Femi
it's not
says,
bad. It's only when it involves me or Neka that her Luma, you see all our bones
Scone will
jumping out.
show up. Okay. Your parents have great foresight. My elder brother found and introduced me to my second wife. Oh wow, Femi, that's amazing. Was the absolute best thing that ever happened. Oh wow. Congratulations,
Congrats.
Femo. My fellow soldier in the army of obedience. Yeah, I'm glad they were matchmaking other people, but didn't match make any of their children before they reasoned it. We don't bring nearer there. So now fast with our parents. That's good. Most of the people they match made were matured adults in their 30s to 50s. Oh, that's good. Matchmaking people in their 20s is bad at it. It most likely doesn't end well. I can see that. Oh no. Oh, big smoking is a capital no for you, huh? What if the person starts smoking after you get married? What would you do? Marriage is the most humbling institution you'd ever attend. All the things you think you might not put up with. What if, for example, smoking, the spouse starts after marriage, maybe a few years after? Interesting. My brother, I don't know where the man from come. I don't know, I no send them. He don't waka go. Eh? Then we need to get to the source of why he's smoking after we got married and to get him help to stop. Also, for him to be smoking after marriage, then he has been doing it before. You got to make up your mind that you want to be with this person so you don't end up blaming the matchmaker if you end up exactly in a horrible relationship like they put it exactly. This is why you have to do your own due diligence. So if you make your decision, you know it is you that made it. Don't blame the matchmaker. Because I know some people don't mind matchmaking, but don't blame the matchmaker. If you ask for it and they did it, you must do your own due diligence. Being paid, what if he struggles to stop? It's possible. Some people smoked in their past and quit for many years and might end up picking it back up. So when you meet him, he wasn't a smoker. You can only help someone that wants help, not someone that needs help. What if he doesn't want to stop at the moment? What will you do? Ah, ah. This is serious. So he
Mirabe
will
was
stop.
ready.
Bigbe says he will stop. If he cares so much about the marriage, he will do the work to stop. Also, something made him to start again, and we need to get there. Hey, if it is you can change an adult. Change comes from the mind and one's willingness to try something new. Absolutely. If the person is willing. Baby, what if he tells you his body is his choice? You got two choices. You can't make anyone stop anything. So you would either come to a place of acceptance or you walk away from the marriage. Which would you pick? Hmm. Hey, China Sao says the truth is you can't change an adult. Oh, change comes only when one's mind's ready to try it. Okay, got it. Some married people with their insecurities. That is why I don't get close to a lot of them to avoid see finish and unsolicited insult. My sister. Oh mom, me, I know they even stay close to them. From distance, they're already making up their minds. So I don't even distress myself. Pastor's new style of matchmaking is thus says the Lord, and thus have led to many broken. Oh my God, this is crazy. Wahala, wahala, wahala. Remember, he's good in other areas. That's just your major issue and probably a deal breaker in a relationship. You end up finding out that a deal breaker in a relationship might not be the same in marriage. Interesting. Mirabel, I believe that I'll be getting married to an adult who understands marriage and responsibilities that comes with it, so he will try to stop it.
Oh God. Aren't
Wahala
you
for man wey dey
entertained?
smoke buy you. You people
Aren't
are
you
something else. You
entertained?
guys are having your own meeting inside comment section. I'm enjoying this comment sef. I feel like being in the comment section if you let me do. Eh? This is interesting. Okay, this is my take on it. For me, smoking is not a deal breaker because I agree with Mirabel on this. It's very tricky because sometimes people just wake up and just start doing random things. Even you, sometimes you wake up the things that you probably never crossed your mind that you find you will do. You just find yourself doing it. You don't know where, how, and it might irk the other person, right? So you must be able to love the person enough, right? In addition to if it's that, in addition to like having a conversation about it, like guy, how far? What's the happen? You know they smoke before. What's happen? What's make you start to dey smoke? What? Wait, you dey stress? You talk about it, but I don't think really you can. You know, determine exactly what someone will or will not do in a marriage after you've gotten married to the person. You
Yeah.
tend to see a lot because I see that even with my parents. I remember when my parents were married, right? According to my mom, I grew up when I was a child. I knew my dad was taking tobacco, the one that you sniff in the nose,
Mm.
and my mom did not like it. At one time, he also started drinking because of the type of friends he had around him at the time, right? So he used to drink, and my mom didn't like it. But I saw her walk through it in the most unique way. She never yelled, never stopped. She would talk sometimes and say, "You see, this you're smoking, this you're drinking." It's not, she would talk softly. My dad had a very hard mind of his own. But in time, when he saw that the thing was really bothering the woman, right, he now started on his own stopping it. And then on top of it, he now fell ill. Seriously ill. They told him if he didn't give it up, that would be, he should just count his days. So sometimes, and then my mom said, prior to when he never touched a drink in his life, never touched tobacco in his life. So what happened in the marriage? What brought it on? Right?
Mm.
So I mean, I don't know. We cannot say, "Oh, I will take this, I won't take this," but you really don't know until you get into it. Though that's what
Yeah.
I am understanding about life. Sometimes it's like me say, "Oh, if I go to this place now, I will do this, I will do that." You might get there. Even sometimes you have friends invite you over, and you say, "Oh my God, that's a great idea. Oh, let me go get dressed." Then as the time gets closer, you're like, "Oh, I really don't feel like going anywhere." right? But before you used to show up on time, like now you even dey drive them, but now you don't fit. I don't know. It's tricky. So and it's not. I don't think there are any hard and fast rules. Yeah, people have deal breakers. If that's your deal breaker and it's an absolute no, no, hell to the
Yeah.
no, then maybe you need to like really
Oh,
seriously address it.
sorry, can I wanted to mention something. And you know what? I've never been married, so I don't know, what kind of change can change things for me. But I don't know, for those who are natural, or those who were natural like 15 years ago. There was a lady called Curly Nikki. She had one of the biggest natural hair websites, and I think her website got bought by another bigger naturally curly. And this is so niche right now, but she was very big. Like she got featured on like TV in the US. She had gorgeous, gorgeous hair. So
Mm-hmm.
recently, somebody like found what was up with her. Basically, she was in a lawsuit with the company that bought her out, but it then was discovered that she was divorced. And
Mm.
when there was an interview of the husband where he they both didn't go into detail. They're like very successful couple. He was a lawyer. They both like Harvard educated people. So very great couple. Like they were goals for people that were, in the natural hair community.
Mm.
And the guy explained that when they said, "Why did you guys get divorced?" He said, "She went on a spiritual journey and I wasn't willing to go on that journey with her." Like she
Hmm.
became an all like now she doesn't show her hair anymore. Her hair is wrapped up. I don't know what kind of faith she went into, but it was like not like a
Was it
not
deeper
Christianity.
life?
No, no, they're not Nigerians. She went to,
Okay.
when they do all those like Eastern religion things where they become very, very spiritual.
Oh,
I don't know what it was,
right.
but whatever the
Mm.
religion is, like it's so deep that she doesn't even show her hair anymore. Her hair's always wrapped up. She's into all those, chakras, all those things. And
Mm-hmm.
basically, he didn't tell us why, but he said she went on a spiritual journey that I was not a part of. So their marriage had to end because I think it was like a complete lifestyle change for her,
Yeah,
and her
that one I
partner
can
was
see that.
it was he
Yeah,
was
go
just
ahead.
left alone. So I just bring that
Mm.
up to say that some people do make changes that you don't expect. Some you can
Yes.
hang, you can go along
Mm-hmm.
with, but some is just so fundamental that there's no maybe she wanted, like, for some people they change what they invest in, they change the kind of work that they do, that kind of
Mm-hmm.
spiritual awakening. So maybe that's what she was kind of I don't know, but he said that's how their marriage ended. It's like it wasn't like anybody cheated or anything like that. They
Right.
just completely she changed.
Changed.
She changed.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You see, so I mean, in that kind of scenario, that's totally lifestyle. That's it's either you leave or you just take it. So that one, there's no easy way out there. So in that scenario, the person will have to make a very hard decision. Sorry, right?
Yeah.
And Mirabelle's comment here, I kind of agree. Maybe because I've lived long enough and I've been single for a long time. So I kind of understand some of these things. Even though I'm not yet married, I have an understanding of it in a way. Because even me, myself, the days I wake up and I'm like, wait a minute, when did I start doing this nonsense? You know what I mean? Or when did I start, you know, deciding I like pizza now, for instance.
Mm,
Listen at pizza. I never eat pizza for my life before. All of a sudden, I just wake up, I see that pizza, I want to eat.
mm,
You understand? So sometimes, and that's a simple example because I don't have any like strong example right now in my head. But yeah, I kind of, Mirabel says we say change is constant. Unfortunately, it's a two-edged sword. I so agree. Because as much as we expect positive changes, expect you have this is the thing. It's like life. You want the best out of life. You hope for the best out of life, right? That's your wish. That's your desire. That's your prayer. That's our prayer. But if anything happens in life, what do you now do? Right? Are you going to be stuck in that place and say, okay, I can't move anymore because this has happened? I remember when my dad passed, it was not anything I was expecting. I look at my dad as somebody that would live forever. Your mind is not able to grasp some things. And then, you want the best, and this man is active, phenomenal man, doing his. And then the next thing, this person passes away. That's a drastic life change right there for the rest of your life. What do you now do? Do you get stuck mourning or do you move forward? None of us wish anything good or bad to happen. None of us. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, yeah, this is what you don't make that job. It just happens. It's like this lady, Judge Tola, used to be on the
Mm.
divorce court, right?
Yeah.
Okay, she's been married for so many years. But her husband recently passed. You think she was prepared for that?
No, I saw the picture when they were young. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, you understand? So I don't know. I think life itself is full of so many. It's an adventure. Life is an adventure. You don't know. It's like a box of chocolates, right? Where they have random different. There's dark chocolate. There's all kinds. So it depends on which
Mm.
one comes to you and how well you're able to take it, and if your emotions are okay. If you're able to maintain your temperature or temper in every scenario. Sometimes you'll be high, sometimes you'll be low. I don't know how to explain it, but I hope it makes sense. But I do understand where Mirabelle is coming from. That is
So
so true.
basically, now you have both sides this discussion, but I do find that, which I'm actually surprised by, because um, I view you and Bingpe. Is it Bingpe? Oh,
Yeah, BP, yeah.
I view both of you as hopeless romantics in many ways.
I am.
Yeah, so that's why I said I'm a little surprised because
I am.
Mirabelle my day, that one is Agbiru.
I know. I am, but I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'm also a realist,
Mm,
right? I'm a kind of person, whatever life dishes to me, I've gotten to a point. I can't say I've always been like that. I got to a point where I'm like, okay, this is what life is doing right now. All right, well, hey, okay, because I've been through the toughest times that I thought was going to last forever, and then it passed, and it passed without even me realizing that I had moved past that stage. You know what I mean? Like it was so organic because even in that time when I was going through the most difficult time, my emotions were so well trained that I did not feel sad. I didn't feel bad. I just had this balanced way of handling whatever the scenario was. So I am able to look at both sides. I've gotten to the point in my life where I can see both sides. I'm not, you know, I used to be very rigid prior, right? I wasn't always like this. I grew into it. I evolved into this. I used to be very one-way traffic mind. Like, no, I don't want this one, right? But over the years, I'm like, babe, life no be you get life now. You not fit just dey waka anyhow, dey do anyhow. They think say na you get that, not be you, even though this is what you think, but also remember there are people who think like this. Even
yeah.
though you want the best, but also remember that life happens. So I'm able to like see both sides. That's why I can agree with what Mirabel is saying. Because I've heard people, I have sisters who've been married for a very long time, over 20 years, some going into 30 years. And when they share their experiences, I'm like, wow, you find your husband doing something that oh my God, I've never ever seen this guy do this. All of a sudden, what's going on, right? What's going on?
Mm,
And you're like, wow. Then you watch how maybe your sister goes through, deals with it, handles it, and they're able
yeah.
to come out of it. You're like, and also I grew up in a home where my mom and my dad, they had different personalities, and watching them maneuver those things is enough for me to say, hey, you know what, this life is not me. I was that person, that child. I used to tell my mom, if I were you, I walk out of this marriage. Nonsense. Can't even be talking to you like that. What's rubbish? Yeah, I was that child, you know. But over the years, as I grew old and I reflect on some of the things that I saw growing up, I'm like, girl, you didn't know Jack. You were a baby. There's a reason why you were a baby, you know.
It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing, because I see Bimpe responded, but I don't actually see, like, when I said Mirabel and Agbiru, and I think one person is a hopeless, I don't see them as negatives on either side. I think the reason I used the phrase hopeless romantic is that um there are certain ideals that you want somebody to live up to, and you're such a giving person that you're willing to help them
Right.
get there. That's what I mean. Like,
Yes.
Mirabelle does not have that. No, as in she can help. No, no. Okay, this is just me being shady. Because even when I'm
Mirabel,
wrong,
Mirabel, now,
Mirabelle doesn't help
Mirabel,
me. She doesn't help me see
Mirabel,
sense. She tries to use
Mirabel
hammer
is an
to
agbero on these YouTube streets.
on this YouTube. Yes, she's it's like if I see something wrong now, Mirabelle is not going to help me see the brighter light. She's not going to help me see
Mm-hmm.
the point. She's going to try and force the point into my mind, and I'll see it. But you and Big Bird are different. You tend to like you want to help people like see where they're wrong. That's what I meant. So I don't know
Yes.
if that's seen as a bad thing.
Yeah, no,
I'm not
that
saying as a
makes
bad thing.
sense. No, no, it's not a bad thing. And
It's
when
not.
I even was explaining, it wasn't even a bad. I'm just trying to like. I was talking about myself. Like I've been able to like see both sides, even though I know what I am. I know I'm a helpless romantic, and I'm that person that wants to be help people. When it's in my heart, I want to make sure I do everything. I'm like, can you understand? Do you see? I'm that person,
Yeah.
right?
I was
But
talking about Bimpe.
mhm.
I was responding to Bimpe's comments because I don't know if she thought that it seemed like a negative, and I don't think it's a negative. It's
Oh,
just another way.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh no, I don't think so. Bigpe will not be. Bigpe understand. I haven't gotten to her comment though. Let
All
me
right.
see what she said. Yeah, no, that's fine. True, is this it? True change is constant. However, I believe if we can get to the reason for the negative, it can be resolved and redirect back to. It's possible. It depends on the partner. It depends on the person you're married to, right? Depends on the person you're getting together with. There's some people who are malleable like that. They would see reasons and they would understand and they would
Mhm.
take this. They'll say, okay, my darling being paid does not like this. My wife doesn't like it, so I have to stop. So because she doesn't like it, I'm sacrificing. There are people like that. So you don't know the type of partner you're gonna get.
Mhm.
If he's open to that kind of conversation, absolutely. you know. So everybody has. For me, the reason why I don't see uh, uh, smoking as a deal breaker is maybe because I had a father who did tobacco. So
Mhm.
sometimes upbringing, what you saw, what you was influenced, or what you
Mhm.
saw, also kind of has a way of determining what you would take in a person and what you won't take. Now, will I go for someone who smokes? No, I won't. I will not go out of my way and say, okay, I'm going to look for someone who smokes because I know what the kind of health effect it had on my own father, right? I'm not
Mhm.
going to do that. I'm not going to walk and say I want somebody who's smoking tobacco on top of waiting in this time and no, hell to the no. But let's say you get married and the person decides, I want to start doing this. I will say, let me tell you a story, story, story. I had a father like you. Sit down, story time, right? That's why I said it's not a deal breaker because I feel like I can sit down. I have real life examples that I can state and
Mhm.
hopefully win that person over from making that decision to smoke their life into abyss. You understand?
Yeah.
So that's what it is. But then again, no, none of us know until you find yourself in that situation. We don't know how we take react. So sometimes you're listening to somebody's story and you're like, oh my God, if it was me, I would do that. It can't be me. It can't be. Then when it happens to you, you go be like, say they put padlock for your mouth. People will not be,
Yep. Yep.
Marriott, Marriott, how can you allow that?
How?
How?
I'm so shocked by this. I'm so shocked by your
Exactly.
actions. I'm so
I'm so
I didn't think
exactly.
that you would take this.
Take exactly. How could you let that? No, 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 no. But you don't know until you find what made you keep
You
quiet at
don't
that very
know.
instant to the same thing that you thought you couldn't take. You
You
see,
don't
uh,
know.
you don't know. We don't know. We know they know finish.
And
Let me go back.
yeah,
Go
please
ahead.
go back to your comments. And then like
No, no,
sometimes
go
I
ahead.
think we and I mention it every time I call here. Sometimes we like to other situations. If the other person, how about you? You change. Like you Like,
Yes.
think of who you are and look at what you've done in the past 10 years
Mm-hmm.
and who you've been in the past 10 years. Like 10 years ago, hey, how old was I 10 years? 10 years ago, okay, no, was I going to church 10 years ago? Yeah, I don't know, maybe I was going to church 10 years ago. I was active in my church. I volunteered in my church. I'm not that person now. It's because I was married to somebody when I was 25,
Mm-hmm.
and this person was like active, like me then, active, volunteering, all those things. And then I'm the way I am now, and I don't go to any church.
Right.
What if I'm the person that do I want them to leave me because I feel like, okay, I've gone through some things, I've experienced some things, I've learned some things, this is where I want to be. Do I want them to get rid of me? So I think sometimes we distance ourselves from things because we say, if the other person, oh, da, 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 da. How about you? Do you want
Mm-hmm.
to give your own self the grace to change? Would you be okay if your partner left you because you made this pivot in your life at some point? If the
Mm-hmm.
answer is no, then, why do you feel like you just want to get rid of somebody or make them, like, if I was married to somebody and they was trying to now make me be like the active church person who was volunteering, I would not be happy with that person right now if they were
Yeah.
trying to make me be that. Because
Mm-hmm.
to me, it seems like, okay, you're not seeing the fact that I've made all these changes. You're not embracing all the things that I told you that I've learned. I'm not asking you to stop going. I'm just saying I don't want to go anymore. Like, that person is
Mm-hmm.
every day telling me, oh, I want to make you see the light. We're gonna have a problem because
Absolutely.
even though we're married, we're not the same people.
Mm-mm.
Like,
Exactly.
you still have your own life, you have your hobbies.
Mm-hmm.
There are
Mm-hmm.
people, they something happens to them, they have like an illness, and they like drastically change their life. They become like adrenaline junkies, seeking people. They're, bungee jumping, blah 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
Should their partner get rid of them because, okay, I just want to sit on my couch, I don't want to go anywhere, and this is a huge lifestyle change. Now we are eating kale and quinoa. There's no more amala, and
If you eat
everything is
kale and
down.
quinoa now, me e no affect my amala and gbegiri. That's what I want to eat, for instance. I
Exactly.
know, husband, please eat kale and quinoa. I like it for you. It's okay. You see this amala, we were born together, we ride together. That's it. I must do amala. So wetin dey happen now? And efo riro. Ah,
Yeah.
no, eat your kale and kinikan, cabbage. Feel free, but me. You understand? We are
Mhm.
individuals in the marriage. Yes, we're married, but we still get individuality for inside now. Because I remember growing up, my mom, the same things my mom doesn't eat. My dad eats. So what does she do? She'll make my dad's own. Or sometimes my papa will just vex enter kitchen by himself, cook him own thing. My mama will cook him own. Cook for all of us, go add my papa and my mama own join. Chop all of it together.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Till now, my certain things my mom won't eat, right? So, but that didn't stop anything. It didn't stop the train from moving. Everybody still enjoyed, did what they had to do. There's certain things my mom did that my dad didn't agree with, but hey, because that's what floats our boat. Guess what? For peace to remain, it's okay. Do you? It's okay. You have found your joy. Let me also do. You understand? So
Hmm.
I think there's individuality in this,
Yeah.
and people can, wait, let me see. Big Peace comment says, I don't think I'm a hopeless romantic because I'm a realist by nature. So most of the time I go into a relationship with my head more than my heart, so I'm able to see through. I'm a hopeless romantic, but I'll not be dumb.
Yeah,
So
that's why
as I'm
I was responding to, because I think she was
responding,
equating it to
okay,
somebody
yeah,
just
being no hopeless
being
romantic doesn't
blind.
mean that you lose
No.
your realism. It doesn't. For me, I'm a hopeless romantic, but I also know that's why I'm more of it. That's why I can be detective at the same time because I know how I am. I know how I am when I'm in love or when I like someone. So guess what?
Exactly.
I am checking you from the door. I'm like, okay, I'm asking you questions. I'm like, okay, let's do that. And I'm asking you sometimes questions that you don't expect that will knock you off your socks because I want to see how you react. I want to know if this should be a second date, there should be a second date or a third date or a fourth date, or should we end it now? So yeah,
Mhm.
I'm sure she probably already responded.
No, she did. She clarified.
Oh, okay. You can come to the realization that some people make choices and you can't change them until they decide to change. You can't force what you don't have the power to. That's true. That's true. Okay, there it is. Okay, I didn't see being hopeless as okay. Oh, okay. Oh, I figured you. Even the partner that is open to change and have been changing for you can wake up and change again. In fact, the problem with people that change so easy is that they will keep changing. Mirabelle,
I told you she's an Agbero.
Mirabelle, oh my God. No, I like her. I like her. I like her spirit. Bring it on, Mirabelle. It's true. Changing people. Why you go changing? Today, Ogbono. Next tomorrow, Egusi. Another time, Ofe Egusi. Another time, Begiri. Another time, Foriro. Another time, Kilo Day. You are changing. Change and change. You change clothes all over. I'm assuming that I'll be marrying a reasonable adult that our values align. So it will be hard for me to be put in the situation of accepting or reject. I will leave it there for now. Oh, okay. Hey, my sister, everybody gets the way when they take the live their life, So
Yeah.
again, it's not there's no hard and fast rule. We want what we want. At the end of the day, we all have choices. You want what you want, and nobody's gonna get in the way of what you desire or what you hope for,
Yeah.
right?
That's right.
We think change is easy until we are the one asked to change. If 3 years after marriage you decide to be a gym fanatic and your partner wants you to get back to the Gary loader that you used to be, gladly be Gary loader. You think that gym fanatic is easy?
That's
Wake
just
up and
hard.
try to do those exercise, those leg moves, and then those stretches and all. 10 minutes, I don't dey sweat like this thing, Christmas goat when they want kill for Christmas.
Hmm.
10 minutes, I'm soaking wet. So imagine doing that for an hour. It's not easy, it's pain. I tell one of my friends called me and said, "Oh, how do you keep up every day? You are doing this, you are going to the gym every day, you are doing." I say, my sister, every morning I wake up, I'm grumbling. Do you understand? I am dragging myself. You know why? Because I am thinking about the end result, like the feeling I get after the end. It's not even about the, oh, I'm losing weight or I'm trying to. It is the feeling I get after the day's exercise. That's what keeps me going. It's not the fact that waking up every morning is a struggle. Let me just say that. And then dragging yourself to the gym, or maybe you're not in the gym, maybe you have your mat and you're doing your 30 minutes um, high aerobic exercises and all of that. My For my hair, inside my scalp to my leg, I'm drenched in sweat. The feeling I get on the other side is what I look forward to. That's why I punish myself every day. It's not exercise. So people, exercise is not enjoyment. It is sufferation. That's what it is. Mm, At least that's how I feel about it. Because if it were possible for me to just be fit and be able to do what I like, I would do it gladly. I hope that for you too. Let me see. Values change, but I trust you. Yeah, Mirabel, everybody has. The thing is, everybody likes what they like. Everybody sees life the way they want to see. We can't really infuse anything on anyone. Everybody has a right to see and do and make choices the way they want to make. Sometimes there are people who, want things a certain way, or they feel like, oh, this is how we're gonna be people. Everybody's gonna have a choice. I have mine too. I have my preferences, and that I'm very adamant about, and I'm not willing to stand down on, and it's a breaking point for me. Like, no, we're not going past here. Everybody has that. For some people, you might be thinking, oh, smoking is not that big of a deal, but for some others, it is a freaking big deal. Like, I think it was a bee that posted, or was it someone that posted and said, um I beg smoking, I think it was Timmy, smoking I beg lung cancer, whatever. So some people take this very seriously, and I know some people who smoked all their life, they are in their 90s and they are still strong gidigba, no shaking. Everybody different. The mental strength awareness you feel after working out. I'm telling you, the therapy in fact, Mirabel, you go be like say everything, all the weight wey you dey carry, your head, your brain go clear, go be like say e empty. E go defog, all the fogginess inside your brain go clear. You feel lighter. It is the end that I look for. I'm like, ah, it's hard though, but I will go. Be dragging myself, drag. When I get there, I will first start small, small. And then as the thing is coming up, and then I start to get in that good sweat. Oh my God. Man. Oh my God, Mirabel. Therapy alone is satisfying, at least for you. Me too. Don't try to get me not to exercise because it will not work. Yeah. I tell myself, I don't think I'm going to go today for where as morning dey rise, as morning dey break like this, e be like clockwork. I don go change my cloth, bam, carry, quickly creep out so I won't wake my mom up. I go go open the door so that I go close am. I go run go gym because it's cold. I go run just to get the heat. Then I reach gym, I go come do wetin I wan do. Man, the days it rained heavily all day. I couldn't get out of my house. Almost this house, like the room I was in, I sweat for the whole house that day. Not be small thing. So yeah, I know the problem about persuasion. People push back a lot when you feel that you want them to change. This is true. They feel like you're controlling of them. They are more likely to change when you leave them the heck alone. I guess different strokes for different folks. That's just a fact.
I'm one of those
Different
people.
strokes. Yeah,
I said
you
I'm
said
one of those people.
yeah. Because there's some people who don't like you telling them, oh, you got it. Some people don't like it. And
No,
the more you
just
tell them,
yeah,
that same thing you'll keep doing.
yeah. Just tell me once. I heard you. If you tell me something once, I heard you. I've considered it and I've rejected it. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing. You repeating it is not going to change anything for me
Yeah,
because I've truly
exactly.
considered it and I said no. So if you're
Exactly.
repeating it, I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I have a very, very like I'm very hypersensitive to someone attempting to control me. So once you've told me, I've
Mm-hmm.
heard you, trust and believe that I've checked it out. I for me personally, I like critique. I don't take critique in a bad way. I
Okay.
I don't feel offended. So if
Right.
anybody tells me anything, I actually do consider and I think about it. So if
That's a good thing.
so if I've thought about it and I've said no, that's why I'm doing it. It's not as if I didn't hear it the first time. So for me, it
Mm-hmm.
feels like you're trying to control who I am. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, when you're in a relationship, it's easier to just say, you know what, I don't have to do this anymore. Goodbye. Or if it's a date, I don't have to do this anymore. You can X. But in a marriage, it's so different. And
Yeah.
then yeah,
Mm-hmm.
how do you know what's so important that you can change for your partner? But how do you know whether something is not like a big deal and you can keep, you know, doing what you're doing?
Is that a question?
No, well, yeah, kind of.
Okay. Well, I mean, it depends on the person, right? The assumption is that you would have had enough conversations to get to a point of understanding how to approach your partner, right? So you don't come off as, what's it called? Choking. You're choking them, or you're hounding them, or you're nagging them, or whatever else, right? So you would like. I have my brothers, for instance. My brothers approach to things their approach to things very different. My brothers, you can't if you yell at them, they will shut down. You will not get anything out of them again. When they're angry, they walk away. You might not see them the entire day. You don't know when they go enter house. That's how they are.
Mm.
Okay. And when they are like that, you start to get worried. Remember growing up, we'd be worried, like, hey, this, where did they go? What happened? This and that and the other. Now they're adults, right? Two of them are married. Their approach is very different. When you're talking to them, especially because I'm older than them, right? So when I'm talking to them, I have to respect them, man. These are family men. They're big, big boys, giants. I can't talk to them anyhow. One blow, you understand?
Yeah, on the floor. You're smooth on the
Exactly.
floor.
So I have to respect. Do you understand? So when maybe I'm talking to them, maybe there's a concern I want to address and all of that. If you see as I take dey humble myself, you no go believe say na me senior dem o. I dey talk to them jejely. I go say, what I was thinking, maybe it's me maybe na me misunderstand, no vex. But wetin I be dey think be say, that time I will come, the way I will take talk the thing when because of the way I say it, I get the response. I get good responses from them. So ever since I know that, I'm very careful in the way I approach them. My brother, there's one brother of mine. If you talk to him sideways in any way he doesn't like, he would not say anything to you. He'll be very calm. He'll be very nice to you. He will, okay, have a great night. Thank you very much for calling. Even if maybe you said something very horrible to him, he won't say anything. But we'll hear from him for long time. Go hear. You go be like say voicemail, like now you dey get. So everybody is different in their approach and in the way they do things. So you have to learn how to deal with the person that you're with, understand them enough. Of course, you're not going to know every single thing about the person, but take it one day at a time. According to my mom says one day at a time. Oh. My mom will say, if you ask my mom, how did you have a successful marriage and all of that? She say, my daughter, now one day at a time. Oh, everything when anything I see for the day, now I dey manage. As the day come, I go take am like that. If I see say the day go well and night meet me for there, I go say thank God. I don't survive today. I'm telling you, she said she didn't know. In her mind, she say, okay, if this man decides he wants to go crazy and kick me out of the house, I have. So she will think about that, but she will also bring herself back again and say, okay, what if it doesn't happen? So again, the next day, she will take it one day at a time. That's how she said she did her marriage. you know. So there's a lot you can learn from older people. I'm telling you for free. Oh, Bimpe says going to the gym is not for the faint-hearted. Tell me about it, Bimpe. I'm so used to it now, right? I can't, if I don't go to the gym, if I don't work out in, I go to the gym sometimes five times, 6 times a week,
Eh?
sometimes. If I don't go at all, 4 days a week, I'm telling you, it's crazy.
Okay.
I can't. I cannot function. And even when I'm not going to the gym, I'm going for walks. The day I don't go, maybe something happened. I had a very crazy busy day. I must go for a walk in the evening. After work, I will take a walk for like at least an hour. I have to. It's not that I desire it, like, oh no. And that this is walking is every day for me. Everyday life is walking. I must work. It's crazy, people. I don't know how to. I don't know this exercise thing. It's not easy, oh. Omo, it's not easy. But when you get into it, you go happy. You'll be happy you did. You never know until you're married and gotten to that place. Only then can you figure out what. Okay, I think I've read this before. Not completely different, but more mature, more realistic, and definitely have a better ability to pick my battles. Oh, awesome! See, that's it. Maturity. Really, yes, realistic. Yeah, to pick your battles exactly. Next, a topic about change in marriage as someone that is in it, where the things that you didn't know you put up with until you actually got married. That's a good question. Uh, oh my Lord, uh, the the Lord is my most. See, I start going, but then stop for some time and then pick up again. My dear sister, see, you see this gym of a thing. I've always been an active person. I've always been an active person. Maybe not as consistent as I am now, right? But I've always been active. So the build up to that is I always, like I said, is the end, the way I feel after. That's what motivates me. That feeling is indescribable for me. So every time I do it, it's like, oh my God. It could be like say I achieve momentous things for that day, and it helps me clear my head. It go be like say person wash go inside my brain, wash am, rinse am. That's how it feels for me. And I have a better attitude. I'm nicer to people. I'm not grumpy and all of that. So yeah, but it's sufferation of the body. Let me just put it that way. Sufferation of the body. I went to the gym recently and somebody was asking me if I was a bodybuilder. I say wait till they happen. I say wait, is my body like that? Please, oh, I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I don't want to have all those muscles. It's like, no, you have a very your body is very taut. As they talk, I say taut. Is that a compliment? I don't know if that's a compliment.
Oh my yeah, sorry, I need to drop off. First of all, that person was flirting with you. I don't know why we didn't pick this up, but um I need to go.
Oh, thank you
Yes.
so much, Marriott, for co-hosting with me. I
Wait.
really, really, really appreciate. This was like a very I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed this conversation. I think we went to places that we didn't anticipate, but I enjoyed it. And I want
Yeah.
to thank you, especially Marriott, for coming on and co hosting with me. I greatly appreciate you. You know, I love you, girl. And don't look for trouble. I know it's Mirabelle that looks for your trouble, but always when Mirabelle goes low, you come up high.
What? No, no, none of that, Michelle Obama. Look, what? How did they say it on reality TV? If everyone should go low, I'm in hell. Hell, drag me, Mirabelle. No, thank you very much for having me. I did like the topic because I've had just a few experiences who did try to match make, and I recently considered it. So I think to round off is just ask them what they want. And if
Yes.
you can't really vouch for them, or even if you want to introduce them, tell them everything you know about them so that they are aware, they have information, and they can move with that kind of knowledge, and tell them to shine their own eyes too. They shouldn't just listen to what you told them about whoever you introduce them to. That's all I have
Yeah.
to say.
Thank you very much. And Mirabelle says next time stop paying for people's ogogoro.
Look, I was shocked too. Really? Baba
I
in
know, and you know what,
reality.
Mirabelle, Marriott, you're not the only one that it has happened to me. One time I was somebody invited me for a date too. Now he invited me for a date too. He picked me up on our way halfway through. We're so going to go see a movie, I think. Halfway through it, he said, "Oh my God, I forgot my wallet at home."
Oh,
Okay, now I'm stuck. I'm in his car, and then proceeds to tell me, "Oh, and I was about to get gas so we can go to the movies." And I'm all confused because this is new. It's never happened to me. I've never experienced this before. So, uh, and I said, "Oh, yeah, okay, then let's go to the gas station now." Mumu, I don't know now. We go to the gas station. The guy now said, "Oh, can you please, yeah, do you have any money there? Can you put gas in the car?
mm,
Yeah, I'll give it back to you when I get home or something like that."
mm.
My sister, now so I put $50. I no go ever forget. Take fill the car that day. When we finish, he come say, "Okay, let's go to the say he go pay me oh, make we go movie." We come go movie. This guy I order tacos. You know those tacos when they sell, when they put
Yeah.
that cheesy thing over for. He order that one. He come order popcorn. Come order drink.
At the cinema where
Do you-
everything's overpriced.
I'm telling you, me I no order. Na only water I drink. I was full. I was so shocked. I was full. Like I couldn't believe it. When we saw the movie, as when the movie, he now sat down, ate the TV. See the way he was eating. I was so angry. I was looking at him. The way he was chewing his mouth, everything.
Oh, oh.
That moment, I lost all respect for him
Traction
completely. When
zero.
he crashed to zero, I started having a headache because I'd never experienced it. Now, when we now leaving, he now drove. I couldn't get out of the car fast enough. He was not telling me, oh, okay, I'll write you a check tomorrow. I'll do this. Blah, blah, blah. I don't enter my this thing passageway, enter and close, jam the gate, go upstairs. I just go when I reach upstairs, that's why I enter bathroom, enter shower, increase the shower tempo, make it the rush. I couldn't think. I was like, what just
What
happened?
just happened?
What just happened? And then after that, I didn't hear from the guy. He didn't even pay me back my money.
No.
Then after many days, he calls me and he says, "Oh, I've been trying to call you. I got your money." Da, 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 da. Almost. I had moved on. I was like, "Ew, don't call me ever." I didn't say that to him, but I just stopped taking his calls.
Oh God.
I'm telling you. So, girl, it's not just you. Me too. I've been bamboozled like that. Ah,
Yeah. That
ah.
no,
Mm,
no, not
mm,
now.
mm,
Like
mm.
that. I don't think that would happen to me now because
No, it won't happen to me now. Oh hell no. As they talk at me, say, "Oh yeah, me too." Oh my god. Oh, consensus of the mind. Oh my god, oh my god. I put it on my bed. I was gonna grab it because I changed my person's story, instant story. I don't come up with now it will never happen to me. But after then, that was when that right there told me that it's not something I can deal with, you know. So I knew that I could never be with a guy who would take me out and no, it's not something I would do.
mm-mm.
Sorry. I
Yeah.
have the money, but no, I'm not. I can't, you know. So yeah. Big P says, yeah, going to the gym helps my mood. I do feel relaxed and light in my body, especially if I yeah, exact. See what I mean? Exactly. Me, I will say cannot be me. Best version of me will pay for my own food, and that's the last time. Me, I when they say you be agro now, you the pump, you the verse. Not only you fit do that kind thing. Me no quick thing. I see be JJC that time. Naive to the core. I don't know how streets be now. I dey still dey do like say life is on a platter of gold. I no know say omo no be like that oo. Hey God, it was very awkward for me. Really, really. I was like, hey, what is this? No, 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 no. I was confused completely. And then I would tell him that I was going to the bathroom and just go home. Jeje, he will wash. I didn't know. I did not know. I've never experienced it in my life. I was naive. Man, you know how old I was then? I was so naive. I didn't know. Now, so I mumu enter the man car. Mumu buy gas, fill up tank of $50. Come go movie theater, come buy all the chips when they sell, buy popcorn join. Now water only water I collect. Even not be even bottle water, tap. As me they give me water. Oh, I didn't want to. Man, that I will never forget that incident. I had a migraine. My body just was not used to it. My body was refusing it. Like, girl, what is it? When this guy, as we were going, he was now driving slowly. Now puts romantic song. I
What?
couldn't wait for us to get home. Whereas he just carried me reach my house and he said, I was getting out of the car as he was still moving. That's how bad. I
I'm
now got
here.
out.
Yes, I'm here.
I rushed into my house, slammed the door, turned on the shower on full blast. I enter to first of all wash away the confusion. Like, what just happened? Hey, easy. Hey, easy, you go catch up, oh. My darling, welcome, oh. Happy Tuesday. I hope your week started softly. Eh? My village sister, welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Ah, Cash App. Then they didn't have Cash App. You know how many years ago this was? No, nothing like Cash App, Zelle. All these things are new things. So, we didn't have all those things back then. Cash App. Okay. Man, the guy did not even pay me. He didn't even call to explain nothing. It was after, like a long time after, I was not trying to reach me. I was like, ew, I'd moved on. I was like, that's it, that's sham. Make him not even pay me back. I don't want to see him or deal with him ever again. Neka, good night, my love. Oh, I made you emotional with today's. Oh, I'm so sorry, Neka. Hugs, air hugs. Oh, I hope not in a bad way, Neka. Oh no, no, my village sister. Hugs. you know, I would gladly pay for someone's meal when I offer me, definitely. But say you pass your bill to me as a man, ha, there is God. Though. I'm telling you, I've never experienced it. That was my first time. It was a shocker. I was confused,
So was I.
you know. What have I missed, Mirabel? Okay. Oh. Me, I go soon leave una too. Oh. Say, chai, you wasted my sister. I no call am waste. I call am dues when I pay for not knowing, for being naive. Now dues. I just fuel the guy for the week. $50. You know the $50 that time. And guess what? The guy come dey drive this new Lexus, you know that Lexus
Oh
two-door car
dear
when
God.
just come out that time. Mm, I'm sure that that is how he goes. I'm telling you, it's true. Big guy, I was scammed. I didn't know what scamming was. You just make me know now. I was scammed out of my hard-earned money. Then I was working for Bloomingdale's, right, on Beverly Center in Los Angeles. Then I used to go to Bloomingdale's, you know. So your girl was struggling, was still on the come up, you know. So imagine spending $50 out of my hard-earned dough. It pained me, I'm not gonna lie. And I put it on my credit card. I remember it was a Shell credit card. It had a Shell thing on it, and I had to pay back the bill. I couldn't even pay it all at once. I was mad. But because I was Nigerian, African, with be naive, Johnny just come. I didn't know what's up. So the guy scammed me.
Oh yeah.
My
Sorry. Good
sister,
night.
I love you. Good night. Thank you
Good
very
night.
much. I will
I
see you
love
now
you
again.
too. Yes.
All right then.
Bye.
Bye. You know? Mirabel, why you won't make Easy they cry now? See if Easy no you go they cry. I'm telling you, I fuel this car, I fed him. Now only clothes remain when I not buy you. Hi! The scam enter me, no be small, big but I no go lie. And now the thing come, the alarm bell just go off for my head now. I was scammed. Wow. I was scammed in my life. Wow. Glaringly for that matter. But your girl was so naive, did not know Jack. Oh well. Eh? I know. Oh. Show me where they are sharing them. Maybe I feed people. Oh my god, this has been good though. Me, I enjoyed myself. I don't laugh tire. At least we don't banter back and forth. Say, big no, in our color, but na here, na here them dey. Na we, but na here them dey. Eh? The ones when their forefathers from our when they thief from our side come here, when their forefathers them born them for here. Na him o. My sister. Wetin Musa no go see for gate. Na one of the things when I see for gate be that o. Gate of my life coming up. I no go ever forget. Eh? With my hard-earned money. And that day I work weekend for Bloomingdale's. I work weekend. I came back Sunday evening. I was tired. You know, that's okay. Oh. May I just go, may I go stretch body. May not be like say I just put myself for corner. Now I come out too. I know say na so. The small money when I make for that weekend, the guy lick am with petrol and all. Mirabel is always coming for everybody, baby. I don't understand. Mirabel, just prepare. Anytime you come, Mirabel is always coming for. If you not come for me, you go. Especially now, Marriott, you always come for Marriott. You go first face Marriott. When Marriott not come, na Neka, you go face Neka. You go come first, you go disturb Neka, disturb. Then because you say two of them not come, you go face me. Egbami, Mirabel. Mirabel go face me, go talk to me anyhow. You don't care. Go talk, when you talk finish, you go come hiss, you come turn him back. You know those younger sisters when we say they don't dey like to, when they get respect, they don't talk to you anyhow. Comot. Na so Mirabel dey do. E dey do as if na she born me, na she be my senior. It's okay. um it's okay. They say elder sister, na you go know as you go take handle your younger sister. So I don leave Mirabel now. Make him and Marion dey run street for my head. Oh, so you usually sleep off on my live show. Wow. Are you trying to say my live show is boring, Big? Ouch. That hurts. Ouch. She's a target. She looks for trouble. Is her way. Mirabel. Trouble and Mirabel. I never see. I say one day I go carry cane from here, show up for Mirabel house. Im husband go tire, e go weak. E go say, Mirabel, where did you meet dis girl? I go tie the kind scarf when I go tie for my front. I go come, I go show up, and I go come speak language. Na wetin I go do be dat. Hey, can you guys hear her? She say, what else is my use? I gotta be useful some. Mirabel, you are something else. Oh yeah, that's right. I forget, Baby. You're right. That's true. Thanks for staying up. I really appreciate them more. My people, make I draw the curtain for here. I don't try now, be I no try. I try. As some people come talk about our women today when we say that they do unsolicited matchmaking, giving unsolicited advice. When they say you single, they want advice you all the advice when they the world. Meanwhile, their own life never arrange. But I mean, it's not as if advice is bad though. If it's coming from a good place, it's not as if it's matchmaking is bad. But even if you get matched, so I think the take home from this conversation is even if you've been mad, if they matchmake you, do your own FBI moves, do your own research. Don't just rely on someone else's opinion of the person that they've introduced to you because you don't really know them, right? And just do your homework. Make sure you're comfortable with the person. If you decide you want to go all the way, then make sure it's your decision and it's not coming from the fact that, oh, yeah, because my friend or my relative or my sister or my parents introduced me, and that's why I did it. No, don't do that. For your own sanity, for your own peace of mind, make sure you do your own homework. As according to what Miriam said, address them like you just met them off the street. Don't make it easy for them because I think what I find is sometimes when people are match made, it be like say they don't take um that initial period when you're supposed to know each other, try to figure each other out. People get very complacent when they're introduced. They'll not feel like they don't need to do too much. They already know. They'll have this mindset like they already know. No, you don't know the person. Don't deceive yourself. You don't know the person. So take the person like say, I just dey meet you. I'm going to figure out, let's figure out if whether you like me, whether you no like me, let's figure it out. So on that note, my people, do your homework. Don't just take it. And if person is giving you unsolicited advice, say no, thank you, ma'am. Keep it moving. You know, keep it moving. If you're going to take it, if it's good advice, then take it. I'm not saying shun all advice will be cool. If it's good advice, take it. If it's not good, you say go no, say no be good advice. You know. So thank you very much, Mirabel. Thank you for making it fun with all your jumbo. But I love you regardless. Easy. Mirabel say make you try make am early. Mirabel don turn to prefect for class. Eh? Yes, so Big is your MVP today. Oh my god, this is funny. Yes, yes. So date the person that match make with true date the person they match make with for yourself. Exactly. Don't just go with what they say. Figure the person out, decide if you want to move forward or whatever else. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. And if you're catching this on replay, please leave me a comment. I love to read the comments. And let me know your thoughts. And if you have not yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Please subscribe, like, share, comment, comment, comment. I love you all, and I'll see you on my next live. Bigbe, my darling, thank you so much. Easy, Mirabelle, I love you. I love you past my neighbor. I love you, Marriott. Love you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Good night. Bye.